1, 2, 3, clap. Okay, now I can line it up. All right.
Hey, that makes it easier.
All right. Lore Hero episode 3, everybody. We're back. We're back, and it is the day after Halloween when you're watching this. It's a couple days before Halloween. But what'd you guys do yesterday for Halloween?
I mean,
putting you on the spot. What'd you do?
Okay, I went to a trunk or treat. There's a killer on the loose in Maine. That is not a joke. But they caught him, and we're okay now. And so now we can actually go outside of our house and go trick or treating. So
what's a trunk or treat?
A trunk or treat is when you live in a rural area, but instead you have a bunch of people just pull up their fucking cars and they have candy. And then you just go walk around, and then everybody and their kids just go walk around and trick or treat anyway.
This is not something I've ever heard of.
Yeah,
I grew up in a rural area too.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, at least over here, it's kind of a big deal. We go like meet up at like a library or something, and then everybody's got their trunks open. You go, hey, trick or treat.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Parking lot.
Yeah, or parking lot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I went to like trunk or treats when I was like growing up in California too, which is weird. But I don't know. I used to go. I remember the day Guitar Hero 3 came out, and then we went to a mall. Oh no! I got Guitar Hero 3 on Halloween, and instead my parents were like, "You're gonna go trick or treating at the mall," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
I want to play a Guitar Hero game, Mom.
We left the mall with Guitar Hero 3 though, which is fine. That was great. Went home. I didn't give a shit about the candy.
Give me that plastic guitar.
I didn't care, bro. Anyway, but yeah, no, that's what we did for Halloween. If we're talking in the future, that's what I did.
In the past, quote unquote, yeah.
In the past,
we're time traveling.
Yeah, yesterday I went to a concert for Halloween. I went to a Halloween concert. Tool, they're playing in Minneapolis on Halloween.
Ooh, nice.
I think it was cool. And we'll see how it goes. I have no idea what it's going to be like on Halloween there. In fact, actually, about 5 years back, I went to the XL Energy Center where Tool was playing on Halloween for a hockey game, and I got all sorts of cool goodies because it was Halloween. I got a little Minnesota Wild hat.
Ooh,
it was all Halloween themed. Yeah, or maybe I'll get a Halloween themed Tool shirt this week or something.
It's like orange letters. It's like the orange version of the logo.
Yeah, we'll see what it was like.
T-shirt fits. Oh, that's awful.
Anyways,
it's super sucked.
Anybody else want to share their Halloween adventures? What they did yesterday?
I worked.
Streaming some plastic guitar, just slaying ghosts or anti-ghosts, or I don't know. There's a way to tie it into Halloween.
I appreciate the effort.
Bro.
Yeah,
Stream 5 Nights at Freddy's, bro. VR.
Go stream the movie. Go to your local theater, pull out your phone, and just start recording it.
Yeah, why not? Sounds like a great idea.
People do that shit already. You see all the TikToks of that?
Yeah, it's common.
Yeah, it's
just do it.
That's it. It might as well be theater etiquette now to just be on your phone.
Yeah, and then when the fight breaks out, you can catch it on camera and it goes viral.
What would you even fight at the Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
I don't know. I've never been into Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't even know the lore. I don't know anything about it.
Doesn't even know the lore.
I know nothing about the lore. I played Five Nights at Freddy's once in like 2014 when it was like newish and it was first becoming like a trend, you could say. And I didn't get it.
I was in high school.
I think I was too. It was probably like my freshman or sophomore year in high school. And I played it for like
2014. Holy fuck!
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I graduated in 16, and you're only 1 year older than me, so you were young.
Yeah, what the
for
fuck?
Your grade. And I was on the older side of things for my grade. Anyways, the moral of the story is I don't get Five Nights at Freddy's, and I never will because I refunded the game because I played it for less than 2 hours on Steam.
When I think of the name Freddy, I just think of Tom Green and the movie he was in, which was Freddy Got Fingered, I think, was the name. That's a weird one to say, but I guess... You know what? Hey,
Tom Green, that's a name I haven't heard in like 20 years.
People get mad at me for saying finger when I'm talking about like hitting notes on the plastic guitar. That happens all the time, so there's...
Okay. Grow up! Grow up, people. Come on.
Your mind out of the gutter.
Hopefully.
Jesus.
Yeah, playing a very finger-based game here. How am I going to avoid saying fingered?
Just
finger
the notes.
Yeah, want me to show you how I finger this? I could finger you this real quick. Finger this out. Right?
Oh, someone's going to make an alert out of that.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't.
100%.
I'm going to make an alert out of that.
All right, cool.
You should make an alert out of that.
Make it your bits alert so that when I throw bits at your channel when you're gone, and
no, that's such a good idea. It needs to move away from Megalovania.
Yeah, make it me.
All right.
That doesn't even sound like a song anymore. It doesn't.
No. That's another game I never really got into.
I never played it.
Nope.
I've never played it ever. But
I've watched
only known that in
videos
pop
of
culture.
it being played, and I've never actually played it, and I own it on Steam.
A fun thing. Okay, in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, they play a song by the Romantics called "Talking in Your Sleep."
Oh
yeah. You know it. And you know what was canceled? Rock Band Network DLC.
Talking in Your Sleep by the Romantics.
Re-record 2009 re-record, but because of authoring reasons, the Romantics didn't want it in their game.
Dang.
Wait, that's the second time that they were upset with a song being included in the game. They sued Activision over What I Like About You and Guitar Hero Rocks the 80s because they thought it was too. Yeah, they did. They thought it was too similar to the original recording, and they were not happy with it. Yeah.
Not even too similar. The lead singer thought it was better than the original recording.
That's hilarious. I want to say
I think it was that one. I want to say
I got to do a quick Google in this. I want to say
I think you're right.
Okay, but I don't want to. I'm like 80% sure, but if that's true, that's hilarious. But it was one of the two reasons. It's one of those two reasons.
I want to say he said it was virtually indistinguishable from the original, which is a huge praise.
That's insane. If I were a Wave group, I'd be like,
it's a big praise, but that's really bad too. Like,
right.
The cover band gigs are gonna be sealed for the rest of our lives, boys. As long as you got me. As long as you got me. What I like about you.
Yeah, just look it up. That was the quote.
That's my one-hit wonder now.
That was the quote. Virtually indistinguishable.
Okay.
That's so funny.
All right.
That's so funny.
I am not talented enough. You cannot tell me apart from this cover.
Wow.
Crazy. I'm easily imitated and nothing is unique about me.
And whereas on the flip side, they did not like I Want Candy's cover. They didn't like it.
They hated it.
And so they pulled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why like putting that press release version leaking was huge because we only had like one video on the internet and it was like the hard chart. Dude, and the guy was not doing well.
Yeah, it was like some Australian media company or something like that that was playing it.
And then those videos got removed like a couple years afterward. Like I could not find those, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know the one. Yeah, I found it years ago, right before we got the leak.
It was like a camera on the floor looking up at the TV.
Yeah,
it was like the one that I remember.
He did a set list scroll, and then he played the Because It's Midnight unreleased chart. And it was just the notes scrolling in practice mode.
Oh, we're talking about different ones.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the one you're talking
about. Then.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. The video that I saw wasn't just like a home recording. It was like a published media something for like an outlet. I think it was like two Australians. They were playing like an early version of the game co-op, and there was a little bit of co-op gameplay of What I Like About You. Or no, we were just talking about that.
I Want Candy.
Of I Want Candy, yeah. And that was the first footage I ever seen of that chart specifically. That was like the only thing that I had ever seen to prove that it even existed. Before that, it was only a myth to me.
It was a myth.
Actually,
I only
not
saw.
true.
I've never seen that video. Then.
Okay, I could find that one later.
Find that. We have to find that.
I'll try finding that one.
We got to scratch the internet. That's
there was some sort of magazine prior to 80s release, which might have been like a Game Informer mag. I don't know why I would have had a gaming magazine in 2007, but I had it, and there was a whole page about Guitar Hero Encore Rocks the 80s prior to release, and it mentioned I Want Candy by name as one of the songs that's going to be in the game. So, and at that point, I'd already heard the song, which is weird because 10-year-olds don't have too much exposure to music. At least they didn't in 2007. So Guitar Hero was a major exposure to music for me. But I had heard that song prior because there was some sort of like Halloween decoration thing that my mom had that played that song because it's kind of tangentially related to Halloween because of candy or whatever. So I was like, hey, I know that song. That'd be so fun to play. And then I got the game and I was looking for it. I'm like, I don't see it. Where is it? I just played through the entire game. Is there a bonus song? I don't get it. Where is it?
You lied.
So I already knew about that even as a kid, and then more recently as an adult, we actually got to see the chart in real time because the leak came out, or the press release.
Yeah, and then there was like an old custom video of it, and I remember seeing the chart. I'm like, okay, that's probably what it would look like in the game. And then like the official version came out, and it was so close. I mean, it's not a complex song.
It's not
not at all. It's just like that little guitar ditty that he does.
Yeah, you got one little hook, and then you got
and then
beautiful,
which is a banger hook.
Bam, bam, and then like that's it. But I remember like it was like an old ass video from like 2008 or something, and it was It was Guitar Hero 2, Xbox 360. So this is a rare video. It was like a rare GH2 custom video. It's like, why is this guy playing on 360?
This sounds so vaguely familiar to me.
Yeah, it was like, why is this guy playing custom GH2 songs? It's like, this guy's awesome. Thank you. But it's like, it's in 4x3 with the fucking black bars on the side, but a GH2. And it was a custom of that. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a pretty damn good, attempt. It's pretty damn close to what it actually was in the 80s, the 80s press release build.
The video is still up. I found it.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Link that
It's
shit.
still up. I'll link it.
Yeah, nice.
By Ruby Danger.
Yeah,
by Ruby Danger?
Yeah.
Ruby Danger.
Shut up! I used to be a part of their community.
I was
out
too,
here.
and Jason,
Ruby
I
Danger
ran into
GH.
him several months ago.
No
In Alex
shot.
Discord.
Recently? What?
I was like,
shot.
or no, he was in Clone here. I was like, wait, are you like the Ruby Danger? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, dude, I was a part of your fucking forums.
Yo, I was on there too when I won my first
Dude,
national championships.
I met like several players on there, and I don't remember the name of the player, but there was one player on there who had like a GH1 full game FC, and it was like,
it's
what
on
the
Xbox
hell?
360. Like, why is he playing it in 2008?
Holy,
Because it was
my
so cool.
It's so
nostalgia.
cool.
Oh,
My man burned a disc. Like,
Dude,
he burned a
fucking-
disc for his
Nah,
360.
Yeah. Customs
Dude,
on
Ruby
360.
Danger was a
Whoa.
fucking legend too.
Yeah.
is Ruby
Yeah.
Danger's website still around?
No, it's
I
not.
know the name, like, a little bit. Like,
It was the Ruby Danger Club. That's what it was called.
wow, there's so many
And
GH2 360
it was-
custom videos. This
It
is
was
cursed.
it was
This
a
is
forum.
cursed, actually.
It was a forum, and they had leaderboards that you could post on, and you basically like post a picture of your stat screen.
Huh.
And I met a lot of people on there.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I ran into him in the Clone Hero server. I was like, wait, are you like the Ruby
That's so
Danger?
funny.
And he was like, people still remember my website. I was like, hell yeah, man! Like it was a big deal, you know.
I'm still salty that I can't access that website to this day because I was never involved with it. I never got onto it. I didn't know about it until it was already gone because there were a lot of like star power paths that were published on
Yeah,
Ruby Danger
a
that
lot.
in the comments on Score Hero pages for specific songs are like path on Ruby Danger. I'm like, well, I can't see that.
Oh,
though. I
that
wanna know the
sounds
path.
familiar. That's why I know the
Did
name
he like
now.
did he make like a chart generator or a path generator rather and like publish
might
those on
have.
Ruby Danger, or were those community driven? I have no clue. I was
It's
never
been
on
so
there.
long that I honestly can't even remember.
Yeah,
Like I
feel like
remember
it's
the
gotta, like-
forums.
Who made
I feel like
that
it's
shit
gotta
where
be
you
on
can
Web
actually
Archive.
view the chart? Like, like when you went on like Slow Hero.
Codeman made Slow Hero. TMA
Isn't that
was
like
involved with that too.
like if we go on Chopped and we make a path now, and it's like the chart viewer type deal. Like, who did that? Who came up?
I don't know who
with
did
that?
it originally, but the only one I know of, at least the earliest one that I know of, is Slow Hero, which is still up to this day, by the way.
Yeah,
You can
Slow
still
Hero's
access
still
Slow
up?
Hero. Yeah,
Oh,
still
yeah,
up. And
people actually like still use Slow Hero.
yeah,
which is
it's
crazy.
actually Slow
That's
Hero is like
awesome.
the best resource for the paths in early games because Chopped can't generate paths for those early
No, it
games. You
can't.
can only
yeah.
do
Like
It's
you can do
Chopped
Guitar
is
Hero
on-
1 now, but not like Guitar Hero 3.
Really? Oh wait,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. GMS
Well,
had
like-
GH1 support.
Oh, what the fuck?
Because of
Yeah.
course he did.
Wait, I didn't
Yeah,
know
He
that.
added
That's
GH1.
sick.
Yeah, it's because GH1 is a
Yo.
really funky game for Star Power Pass because there's you can't do
Oh.
immediate activations in Guitar Hero 1. You have to wait for like the Star Power meter to fully get to the half bar before you can actually activate. But you can. I'm not going to go
You
on the
do-
super long tangent. I can't.
So weird.
Oh
could
no,
go
you
on
didn't
for
talk.
2 hours
Wait, you didn't
about
talk
this.
about pause activating, bro.
That's where I was
Talk about
going.
pause
yeah,
activating. You
can
plug in the
actually
dual
skip this-
shock and you hold
can
down
actually
the
skip this
input.
timer by just pausing. But if you pause on a sustain, you're going to drop the sustain. However, so if
moral
you
of the
pause
story
before you hit
is-
the sustain,
Watch Fire It Up by Kev. Watch him FC that, and he'll
Oh
do it
my
in
God,
He
no.
does it in real time.
That
Watch
video
that
is
FC.
insane.
I watched that video to make sure that I was doing everything correctly to FC
Oh,
that song.
dude, you had
Kev
a
was
hard
the king
time
of
with
that game.
Fire It Up too, didn't you? I think.
Fire It
yeah,
Up was like the
Fire It
second
Up-
to last song
Fire
that
It
I
Up's
needed.
really fucking hard, man.
But then I
Nah,
figured it
that's
out, and I
easy.
never miss on Fire It Up ever again.
I never
lo-
miss
I-
on this
yeah.
song. I'm so
love
good at
that
Fire It
fucking
Up.
chart.
I would bet you if I fire up Guitar Hero 1 right now, I'll FC Fire Up within
He
2
said
tries.
it. Fire Up Guitar Hero 1.
If I do it within 2 tries, I will FC it. I promise you that.
Alan, what's your hardest song in GH1 then?
Get Ready to Rock. That's the hardest one for me.
What?
Really?
No
on
way.
paper, it's not, but for me, it is. Like I
You
could
gotta
probably
use
FC
you
Bark
gotta
at the
use
Moon
hope
before I
again,
do
like
Get Ready to
Phantom
Rock.
did, dude.
Can't do it. I can't do it. There's so many. There's very, very, very few sections of Guitar Hero 1 where I'd actually use the hopos effectively.
I
and
love
the one
that
I can
video
think
because he
about
freaks
is
out.
Cowboys from Hell.
The trill in Frankenstein comes to mind.
Oh, that's rough.
I strum that shit, baby.
I strum that shit too. I strum that shit. It was like kind of mind blowing playing. Like they like Activision really suckered me into rebuying the same charts, just in a different game.
Yeah,
they got me to do
because
that.
It was actually you actually got a bit of value from getting those in Guitar 2 because they worked better. It was easy to play. It was more fun.
But that was like the first time. Like looking back, I was like, "Damn, I really got swindled for that shit." I bought Guitar Hero 1. I could just go load up Guitar Hero 1 for free, and go play those songs. But because it was on the shiny new version of Guitar Hero 2, and I have working hammer-ons, I'm like, I can go play Bark at the Moon and be really satisfied.
I'll pay 500 Microsoft points for this, or however much it costs. I forget. 440.
It was like I think 400 Microsoft points equated to $5. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Well, so
160 was $2. 160 was $2.
Points was $20, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
They had to I want to say hide how much it cost.
Man, Mom got sick of buying those.
I have a stack of like Microsoft point cards back at my parents' house. I could go get those just to show. I saved every single one I got is a stack this high. There's probably 600 or 700 bucks worth.
I'd go grab a quarter and go scratch off the back, and then in like 2011 they changed it so you ripped off the thing because it was better for the environment.
Boring.
Oh, dude, you know how the Rock Band exports like had just like a thing in the manual.
I stole so many of those things.
Yeah, I went to GameStop and I stole the Green Day one. Like, I just opened it up and took a picture.
Every track pack of them, I stole those bitches, baby. Sorry, poor person that purchased it after I already redeemed the code.
Well, no, it was the display. It was the display copy. So like, it would have to be the last copy of the game that they'd sold in the store, and no one's buying those shits.
Nobody's buying them, dude.
I highly doubt anybody bought that shit.
Nobody wanted Green Day Rock Band, man. Nobody wanted the track pack.
I mean, like, okay, listen. There's probably people who like Green Day Rock Band, but those track packs, like, once people like probably brought it home, they're like, "Fuck that! It is Rock Band 1."
Was it track pack 1 that had Afterlife in it?
It was the metal track pack.
That was
the metal track pack.
Afterlife was it wasn't that. It was track pack volume 2 that had Afterlife on it.
Oh, okay.
I can prove it to you with this thing right here. If you look at the back of the case, you'll maybe see Afterlife up on there. If it doesn't, I don't know.
Dude, I forgot that these boxes look like
poor
this. They had the
bitrate.
set list like that.
Yeah, and so okay, so I stole every single one of those. Every time I went to a GameStop, I would go, and I had an iPod Touch with a camera, so I could have taken a picture.
You didn't have to write them down?
No. But I did. I didn't want to get caught. There is nothing scarier to me than getting caught by like mall security for like stealing or like anything like that. So I used my brain power as a child to memorize it by like photographic memory and using like phrases to do it. I remember.
You deserve that. You deserve that so much. That's more than $20 worth of money right there, of effort.
And then I got a napkin in my dad's car, and I'm like, "Do you have a pen? Do you have a pen?" And I would quietly write it down or something, and then I would get home.
That makes it like so much worse than like just memorizing it. Like
that was really bad.
Giga-brained.
I think I failed school. Like that's probably the reason why all my brain power went towards that. Like that's why I didn't do well in high school. You know what I mean?
I
look where you're at now.
Look where I'm at now.
Completely relate with that. Completely relate.
So yeah, and also like going back to those track packs, people often talk about how in Guitar Hero released 10 games in 2009, like that type of thing. Harmonix, like they quietly did it by releasing those track packs. They did their own apocalypse.
Yeah,
themselves.
on paper they did release, quite a few different unique Rock Band discs. Would you call them a full game? No, but they are a disc-based Rock Band that you could go purchase.
They were more stealthy about it for sure because people didn't take it as seriously as a Guitar Hero game.
Yeah, because it was like, it's just DLC on disc for people that don't play online.
Yeah,
but it was cool. It was very cool.
Yeah. Oh my god, the AC/DC Live.
VH1 was calling that AC/DC track pack a full game.
Right.
They were saying AC/DC's going to get their own Rock Band game coming out soon. And I was just like, that's not a fucking game. That's not a game. But
technically,
if you think
they're
about
not
it
wrong,
now,
though.
If you think about it now, there's no other way to get those AC/DC songs.
Yep.
They're
exclusive to that disc.
Track pack. Yeah,
you can't purchase them any other way. So theoretically, I guess it is its own Rock Band AC/DC game, right? You can't purchase them anywhere else. Every other track pack, you can purchase them on Xbox Live or PSN. Maybe not PSN
Yeah.
anymore. I don't remember.
But there's a lot of shit that got delisted though in those track packs though, especially the metal track pack. A lot like maybe like 6 tracks from that track pack are just completely gone.
Well, and what about the excitement of taking Rock Band 2 home and getting 20 songs for free?
Yeah, that was
okay,
cool.
so,
until I saw those 20 songs, and they're like, I don't know any of these. These are boring.
Yeah, but then like, we saw some bangers in there. There are some bangers in there.
That was good. That was good.
Like, I figured out
it has the quads.
End Ever After. I Want to Be Your Man.
Yeah.
And like it introduced me to Between the Buried and Me.
Yeah, dude.
And that's like
cool.
one of my favorite favorite prog bands of all time. Like I was obsessed with Colors after that, you know, front to back. Listened to that like hundreds of times, and like maybe there's not a lot more stuff to write home about, but at the end of the day, it was 20 free songs that everyone had. Everybody had that. About it. It was a weird way to redeem it because it wasn't that 20 character code.
It wasn't directly through Xbox or PSN. It was through Harmonix.
It was a 10-digit code you had to go redeem on Rock Band, and then they would send a code to you that way or something like that.
Which is why which is why I can't get it now. It's so if you don't have those 20 songs, you ain't getting them.
No,
I think that was the only way to get them too. You can't purchase those. Those are only those 20 frees.
I remember those 20 free songs were not available in Rock Band 4 on release.
No,
they had to wait for it. Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
That's a
mess, man.
There was it was something along the lines of like they had to relicense them as a 20 pack because it's a.
I was just gonna say
it was a pack of songs. They had to. These artists had to like somehow they had to like get a deal to like get all these artists in the 20 pack get exported into the new game.
I mean, honestly,
so it's weird.
What you're saying right there is, I think, the exact reason why we're probably never going to see a Guitar Hero 3 remaster or anything like that, the way that people ask about it online, because the idea of them getting all 70 songs again in that game at one time is crazy.
Such a long shot. Such a huge long shot. The only way they do it if they had unlimited money, which...
And here's the other thing.
Call of Duty, bro.
One other thing with that is when the licensing expires, that means they can't legally sell the game too, right? Because we just lost one of our music games in the scene right now this last week, Rocksmith 2014, which I of course feel really strongly about that because I used to work on it. And I loved Rocksmith 2014. Cool that they at least are still supporting Plus, but the reason it's off store shelves is because the license was only for 10 years. And to the day, it's off, Yeah.
Yeah, and like games that do currently exist, like right now, rhythm games that do exist, they have songs that get delisted all the time. Sure. Taiko is a big one. It used to be on Game Pass for a little bit, so it's like, hey, maybe Guitar Hero could be on Game Pass one day. I mean, like, but that's we already talked about that like 2 episodes ago.
Go listen to episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1. But like Taiko, they have songs that like they go away. They rotate shit in and out because of like and like Japanese song licensing is just a different world compared to American artists.
Sure.
Which brings me to that also reminds me there was going to be a Rock Band Japan with Galnerius in it. They never came out with it.
I never heard this.
I was going to have Galnerius.
It was only in the talking stages. I would like to bring up the source for this. I remember having one, but I don't have it.
Would love to see that.
You saying that just reminds me of when we were at round 1 and we played Destiny in Guitar Freaks. And it's and it's getting the solo, it's like there, and it just ends.
Yep.
It just fucking ends. And we were like, what?
Because I got a Kotaku article.
He was playing drums next to me, like the machines were linked, so he was playing drums and I was playing guitar. It was fucking crazy.
Shit, this is not it. Never mind. This is about them releasing the game Rock Band in Japan.
Oh.
And that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, Rock Band Japan did exist, so I remember hearing about that. Yeah. But we were talking about Green Day Rock Band earlier about, nobody wanted to play Green Day Rock Band. That was actually the catalyst for another game being canceled. That was Pearl Jam Rock Band. Yep. Pearl Jam was supposed to have a band-centric game that
Pearl Jam pulled out.
Yeah, it was a full-fledged game. It was done, ready to ship, as far as I'm aware, from what I heard. And then they just pulled it because Pearl Jam was like, nah, that last game you just did not sell even close to what you expected, and what we expected our game to sell for, we're done. We're out. That game got shelved forever.
See, the thing is with Green Day Rock Band and Pearl Jam Rock Band is that Pearl Jam Rock Band was going to be Pearl Jam Live Rock Band.
Yes, it was going to be live.
And it was going to be
AC/DC.
videos, full motion videos in the back. So it wasn't it wasn't Eddie Vedder in 3D, jamming
very
out
different.
In a thing. It was going to be like the PS2 and Wii version of Rock Band 1, whereas a full motion video in the back. So every experience is going to be the same. You're just hitting notes to this concert.
And I got
Guitar Hero Live. Remember that game? How great that went?
Live early. Yeah.
So I've seen gameplay of Pearl Jam Rock Band. Then I can't give up the source because I want to keep them safe. But they know who they are, right? They know who they are. And yes, it was a video background of a live concert. I won't say the song either, just because But I've seen it. It did exist, right? And sometimes you as badly as you want to share something, like I don't have the footage myself, but I've seen it, and it existed. But Pearl Jam pulled out because they saw how games like Green Day Rock Band were performing, and they also started to see that stems were starting to be ripped from Rock Band games, and they did not like that. They were not fans.
Especially the live performances.
Yes.
They would be giving those up.
Yeah,
But then,
so
what's weird is that Green Day Rock Band even had a little bit of they did DIY stems for some of the Dookie songs.
A couple of songs. Yeah, Chump
did they
was the
really?
one that comes to mind. Yeah,
Chump going into Longview. Those songs don't actually have multi-tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you missed during Chump, it sounds really weird. It sounds like
it just goes to a
like
weird
underwater.
mono dry version of the song, but then you start hitting notes again, and it sounds full again. Like is it it's like
weird.
Guitar
Like
Hero
Rock Band
3,
4.
like Guitar Hero 3 custom songs type deal.
And if you whammy, it gets all warbly and weird. Like the entire track is
that's the one thing I miss from the Guitar Hero 3 era, is just making songs sound terrible. I loved doing that.
Make them out of pitch.
Yeah, I love doing that, man.
Hey, all I can think of from this though is Aerosmith made out like a bandit. They got the biggest W here out of any band because they got in before the band craze got super crazy, and they made so much money. They said in an
more
interview,
money than their whole discography.
Yes. How did they make more money off Guitar Hero Aerosmith than their entire discography?
That's Aerosmith we're talking about.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
Aerosmith.
Amongst our little community of Guitar Hero people, it's not the most popular band because it's kind of like, why'd they even get a game? But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Aerosmith is a huge band with international recognition. They're one of the best bands ever.
You got the parents and the kids looking at it, and they're like, "Oh, mom and dad, what's Aerosmith?" And they're like, "Oh, son, was it that Vince McMahon meme?" And he's going like this.
I've seen that 2 billion times this past weekend.
Yeah, dude, I
am burnt out on it already.
I'm so burnt out on seeing that. But sometimes there's some really good ones, and I can't pass it up. But Aerosmith.
It was okay.
There's some decent overall chart wise. It's not that bad, but visibility of notes with that Joe Perry fretboard, dude, not gonna be great to me. It's not gonna be great to me.
I have seen the Joe Perry guitar battle a long time ago, and it was just because it was the easiest guitar battle. But that fretboard, even back then, I knew I was like, God, this sucks. A
and
lot.
The fact that the red, yellow, and blue are kind of spammed in that guitar battle, and then that's the middle of the fretboard where you can't fucking see the yellow note. It's not great.
Doesn't it have a 4-note chord at the end?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It does.
I believe that was the first one on guitar. There was one on rhythm or a whole bunch of them on rhythm and Go That Far for Guitar Hero 3.
Go That Far, yeah.
Of course.
One of the worst songs in Guitar Hero 3.
Bro, don't talk shit about
Boulevard,
Brett Mike
Hollywood
Eels.
Hills.
Did you ever notice that they misspelled Brett Michaels in the cheat menu?
Yeah, Brett Michaels.
Yeah,
Brett Michaels. Yeah, I did not notice that until a few years back.
It bothers me every time I see it now.
Yeah, now
Brett Michaels.
It's spelled correctly in when the song starts, with "Talk Dirty to Me." It says Poison featuring Brett Michaels or whatever. It's spelled correctly there, but not in the cheats menu.
Nope.
No proofreading.
No.
Wonder if he knew about that. I don't think he does.
I hope he
I don't know. I'll ask him next time I talk to him.
Yeah.
Cool. What were you saying, JP? What were we gonna talk about?
Well, I was just thinking in terms of because GH3 had some definite stinkers, and I know we wanted to try to talk about DLC. So what is it? She Builds Quick Machines. Isn't that really bad?
That whole Velvet Revolver pack was definitely.
I want to talk to whoever charted that shit. I want to talk to you personally. I need to know what was going through your fucking mind, bro.
what was it? There was a guy's LinkedIn that was like former Activision, and they're like, and due to Activision's, tough DLC release times, we got DLC out as quick as possible for Guitar Hero 3. And I'm like, that explains everything.
Yeah, they were just
everything. It's a product of dev crunch and like all the hype. And so I think
the devs probably stopped caring. They were like, whatever, man.
Yeah, I think I asked Chris Vance, and he was like, we did not touch DLC at all, I don't think.
Yeah, it was definitely B teams working on that, because all their A team was working on the new game that was actually going to sell for $60 to $180 for like the full band bundle. Why would I spend time on a $2 song to sell?
Like,
no,
just
thanks.
thinking back to like GH3 DLC, like I would say most of it wasn't charted well. Like probably Death Magnetic was like the most well done in terms of like charts, but like I
think a lot of the A team were working on that.
Yeah.
Because
like, dude,
that's a big deal, like Metallica, the biggest metal band like on Earth, going, "Hey, we want to release our new album on Guitar Hero, like exclusively."
They did it there first,
and like that's that, hey, Metallica probably should have done the band game like ASAP, like they should have been the band game instead of Aerosmith. But
well,
like,
no,
they
because
probably
then they wouldn't have had guitars. They would only have guitars and bass, no drum vocals. So it's actually better that they did it after World Tour.
Yeah, or maybe it should have been the first band game. Who knows?
Maybe that's why they
would
waited.
have been fucking crazy if they were the first like full band game. But I understand why they had to come out with World Tour first.
And for that Death Magnetic DLC as well, it was definitely planned before it came out that this is going to be a multi-game DLC. This is the only DLC song really at that time before World Tour that was playable in multiple games. You could play it in Guitar Hero 3 and then on to World Tour, and every game after that, main game that is, you can play it in fucking
if you look in the file, you look at the file structure, and it's just every fucking file crammed into the one package so that it would work in Guitar Hero 3 and the games afterward. It looks really, really scuffed.
Here's what I will say.
That's why the package was so big too. It's like almost 2 gigs.
Yeah.
About Metallica, here's the one thing I'll say. I can't reveal who told me this, but I will say that there was another music game or two that Metallica was in talks with to add things to, but because of Guitar Hero Metallica, their perception of what should be offered to them was so skewed that they said, well, unless you give us what they did, we won't work with you.
That makes a lot of sense.
They got treated too well.
They got pampered. That was like first class treatment is what Neversoft and Activision did for Metallica. And
but
I do not blame them
people.
for a second.
They got the red carpet deal, man. They really did. Like
that's absolutely fucking crazy.
They were very, 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 very heavily involved in the entire development of Guitar Hero Metallica. Like they were,
and it feels that way as a player.
Aspect. It does. Like you really feel like you're playing the band. That's the thing that they did very well with the game, is that they got that right. And we're gonna Alec, we're gonna have to get Andy on here at some point, because like he worked on.
I'd
that
love
game,
to.
Like he's shown his mocap footage. It's fascinating.
It's so
he
cool.
played like he's the one that plays "Beautiful Morning" by Machine Head, right?
Oh wow!
Like
the mocap,
that video surfaced.
That's so cool.
It's
really
cool,
awesome.
Man. So cool.
He was the one who tried to push for Expert Plus in World Tour, and they just couldn't add it. They couldn't. Like he wanted it so bad, and that would have been so great to have Expert Plus in there. But
at least we got a couple of them for the exports.
We did. Yeah. We did.
Like Overkill. That's the huge one.
Overkill.
Oh, I love that drum
Overkill,
track.
man.
I used to play that all the time. It was so fun, just always just kicking down with my left and right, the entire fucking song. It was great.
Well, that's how Overkill is. It's very literal. Like you feel that way on guitar too. Like you think it's gonna end, and then it just starts again.
Yeah, it ends about 4 times, and there's a whole bunch of different crazy drum fills. I was obsessed with that song for like a week, trying to FC it, but I never could because those fills towards the end.
According to Score Hero, I had the first ever FC on it.
Ooh. Oh.
On Overkill.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Those little 2 descending triplets are a bitch.
And aren't they like taps too?
They're taps too.
Yeah,
so you have to have them really
blue,
early.
green. Orange, blue, green.
Orange, red, green.
I think it's red.
It's orange, red, green.
Orange, red, green. That's what it was.
Because it goes into a slow descent. It's a slow ascending, hopos, and then into a really quick orange, red, green. Super missable.
Yeah, that was evil.
Yeah.
Evil charting right there.
But like once Jason, you and I were playing that shit competitively, we knew that chart like the back of our hand.
Oh god, yeah. That was
that and Purple Haze, man. That and Purple Haze.
That was peak of competitive days. Peak of it.
And then like nobody could do Satch Boogie. I couldn't figure out I couldn't find a consistent method at the time.
Question about these tournaments. When you picked songs, was there like a pool of songs to pick from, or did you have the entire disc?
Yes.
Okay.
Usually
it was a pool. I wish I could pull. I might be able to pull it up. There should be a rule set like archived for it somewhere.
WCG for sure on Score Hero. I know for a fact because I think I made the topics on there.
Okay. But yeah, it was maybe like a pool of like
10, 12 songs
12
maybe?
songs, yeah. And then only a certain amount of them were choosable during certain rounds, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it was usually It was usually best of 3, depending on the tournament, and it would be like, okay, so if it was you and me, like JP versus JP, and we've got, oh well, I'm picking this song and you're picking this song, and if we each split it 1-1, then the tiebreaker is decided by the tournament.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
It was a weird set list, man, because like there's a couple of songs in there where I was like, are you sure if this is supposed to be a competitive song? Like this makes no sense. What was that CCR song that was in World Tour?
Oh, Up Around the Bend.
I was like, why is that in the fucking set list, bro? Is that
That's a weird choice.
Is that just to fuck with people who don't know star power paths?
Squeezing.
And then like I soon found out that wasn't a competitive pick, and I was like, okay, thank God. Yeah.
No, the competitive side for World Tour was like Assassin and
Assassin that was fucked up because of the strumming at the end. It's
Mr. Crowley,
heavy track. Yeah,
what
Mr.
About,
Crowley. I remember playing that a lot.
Did they
that
do
got
Under Ice.
Machine?
I don't think Love Removal Machine was on there. No.
Oh, good. That song's
yeah,
RNG City.
that one was disgusting. I think
Love Removal Machine's fucked up.
And then
Purple Haze.
Purple Haze was on there. Hot for Teacher was on there.
Yep.
Satch Boogie was on there. Oh god, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's just I can't even find it on Google. It's so old.
I'll start looking.
So
Lost
old.
Media.
Oh, BYOB was on that shit.
BYOB for sure.
BYOB. I remember practicing that one a lot because I was like probably almost every match we were playing BYOB. But it was a pretty big list. Like matches didn't really get boring. Practicing for them was fucking boring. Scream Aim Fire. Scream Aim Fire was on there.
Fire. Yeah.
That one was huge, and at some point like everyone was able to just FC that song on command. Which nowadays like that's really tough. It's still pretty tough because of the tap notes. It's like those two really really quick like blue yellow blue orange blue orange.
Yeah, real quick
solo.
tip, guys. Those last two are much faster than the rest, so you got to do it really quick.
Yeah.
And early too. Don't forget early.
Early, very early.
Oh, we love playing early with tap notes.
That's the tip. If any of y'all out there are struggling with tap notes, just hit everything early.
Or strum the last one if you need to.
Oh no!
Oh no! What happened? Is it gone?
Oh no! I just saw that this is from the national tournament that we were talking about that Alec and I played at, and it's promoting someone who is now in jail because apparently they were doing a Guinness World Record for getting the highest score they could on Rock Band 2 Expert Drums.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, bruh.
I was thinking you're gonna go to the rooftops level here.
Oh no!
What are we talking about?
One of the guys that was on
are you
Ultimate
talking
Gamer.
rooftops? Are you saying what do you mean rooftops level?
I'm assuming Lost Prophets.
Lost Prophets, the dude from that who's a piece of shit.
No. He did that too.
Yeah, this guy that
we're talking about. He did.
Who
that
are we
too.
talking about?
This guy's name
Spill
was
the tea.
Prodigy.
His name was Prodigy. X Prodigy.
He was on World's Ultimate
He was
Gamer.
on the World Cyber Game, Ultimate Gamer. He also for Sea of Thieves, he got world's first pirate legend without even knowing how to play the game.
Wait,
and everybody
this
was
recently
really
Sea of
mad about
Thieves?
that. Huh?
This recently Sea of Thieves?
This was like when Sea of Thieves first came out in like 2015, 14. But like he got like his community to like just give him loot and stuff to turn in so that he could reach the top rank. And so in a way, he played the most true pirate way without doing a single damn thing.
Yeah. Fuck the rules.
Yeah, no, but he did some really, really bad stuff and now he's in jail.
Yeah. So
really,
that's
really
last I heard.
I guess we'll leave it at that. I don't need to. I guess I'll Google that.
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure if we want to talk about that.
I'm over here just trying to get information. Like, what songs did we play? Oh, they're promoting. Who is playing Rock Band? Oh no!
Yeah. I've seen like old World Cyber Games 2008 videos, and I'm like, where's the fucking song list? Where is it? It was somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. But I think if we hunt hard enough, we'll eventually find it. As far as competitive set lists go too, like I also did World Cyber Games for Guitar Hero 5, and that was the one that I won in 2010. And fucking what is it? Guitar Hero 5 has like no hard songs in it. Except
yeah, I feel like this is easy to guess. Scatterbrain.
Yeah,
Demons.
it was like Scatterbrain. You know what? I don't know if Demons was in there.
Should have been.
I don't know why Demons wasn't in there, or if I banned it every single time. But one big one was 2 Minutes to Midnight. 2 Minutes to Midnight was on there,
totally
and that one
that.
was tough. I could never like be super consistent, but I get FC like Scatterbrain on command, so I was like, I'm chill with this. And then American Girl was on that set list too.
American Girl, dude.
It had a long ass intro, and then the outro was just all taps.
Oh, true. I forgot about that. I was gonna say that's like a resident sleeper pick right there, but
it is kind of a sleeper pick. Like it's a kind of a fun song. And then Sultan's a Swing.
That's like standard.
Same with like another sleeper pick. I mean, like everybody knows that Sultan's a Swing solo, but that was also a good one. No One
Done
to
with Everything,
Depend
Die
on.
for Nothing. Oh,
Done with Everything, Die for Nothing was also on there.
Has
I believe.
to be.
Yeah, that was also on there. But yeah, I'm not sure about Demons. I swear Demons was on there, but maybe I banned it. Or like nobody picked it because it was just like it was too weird of a song. Like it's almost like people had an etiquette to be like, can you squeeze this song? Can you squeeze this song? No, don't pick it. But like it was kind of quiet that way.
Yeah,
almost
a gentleman's agreement type deal.
It was like a gentleman's agreement. Like, hey, can you squeeze the song? No, I'm terrible at squeezing this. And it's like, oh, I can't squeeze it either.
All right, sounds good. I'm picking it. Thanks for the free win. That's me right there, baby. Ruthless.
I feel like everyone kind of like did intel. Like everyone kind of was like Jack Bauer 24. Like, what is my opponent good at? What skills are they good at? What can I pick against them?
Yeah,
it was almost more
logic.
Yeah. Kind of like scouting for your opponent, like that whole like
people were
thing.
doing that in off season too, which was awesome. They were watching our matches to figure out like fucking Game Freak was doing that. He knew like I saw
was doing
him.
that shit too. He was like, I don't want to play Rock You Like a Hurricane, or like I don't want to play Impulse. I'm not good at Impulse, but I'm good at Rock You Like a Hurricane, and nobody else is. And I'm like, hey, you know what, man?
Everybody was missing.
That's some like mind games. That brings me back to the old days. And,
Absolutely.
that was a huge deal to me because I was like, damn. I remember doing like some of that shit in the World Tour days too, but GH5 it was a lot more chill and a lot less like really kind of cutthroat like that. Cause
true,
and that was 2010. But yeah, as far as like other competitive set lists go, do you remember the one from the Midnight Gaming tournament, Jason? That one was a weird one. That was a weird set list. It was different from the World Cyber Games one.
That tournament in general is one that we should talk a little bit about in the future because it was
I think
supposed to be it was supposed to be McDonald's that was behind it, and then
it was that one.
There was this guy who basically was like, yeah, we're gonna be the future of esports, and they put money into Smash and Guitar Hero, and then it just disappeared. Like, we'll see you next year, and they just vanished. Internet site disappeared, everything. But I think
if they had done it this year, they would have been loaded.
I remember the
Smash. I don't know about that, bud.
Nowadays
Guitar Hero 5.
That's some shit, man.
Guitar Hero 5. They had in the tournament. Do You Feel Like We Do as one of the songs.
So what?
15 minutes.
That's bad
for one song in each match.
That song should be gentleman's agreement every single time. We're not playing this shit.
Hey man,
I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
Long, man.
It's too long, and the only hard part is at the end. If you miss before that, it's just because you're not paying attention or you fell asleep or something.
Which sucks for me. I will zone out so hard playing if I'm not doing something interesting with it.
It happens to me all the time.
I think there was a point in time where I was like, I have to FC this. I have to like FC this song, and so I had to be obsessed with the song to be able to like, okay, this song's really short. Bob Mayo on the keys, like that's like my favorite line in Do You Feel Like We Do? Bob Mayo on the keys. Bob Mayo.
Is that like your fucking benchmark where you wake up, you're like, oh
yeah, I'm like, oh, we're like 6 minutes in now. Okay, all right.
See,
and then I do the solo, and then it's like a little bit more sleepy time, and then the weird outro. It ends on a down strum.
You got to remember ups and downs and where you start, where you end. But pathing does that kind of thing for me too. where you already have like kind of a built-in benchmark for the songs. Like, you know, if there's 4 activations, you're 2 down, only 2 more to go halfway through the song. Or for long songs like that where there's like 12 activations, you know, if you get to that halfway point, there's always something that you're thinking about and looking forward to. So it looks like your brain is more engaged throughout that entire song. So like for Do You Feel Like We Do, I want to say there actually is like 12-ish activations. Most of them are boring and pretty much inconsequential, but the last couple, those are where all the points are. Those are the ones that you're actually looking forward to doing because of all the chords.
It's all chords, dude.
Yeah, but for the boring parts, it actually keeps it more fun, that goes for every song, you know, and that's why I've kind of really latched on to squeezing and pathing for the entire games, because there's almost unlimited replayability when you do it that way.
I found the World Tour song list. I think it has been. I think it's been backed up on a place.
Archive.org.
It's a very interesting place for it to be on. I don't even know what the fuck Yumpu.com is.
Oh, you don't know Yumpu?
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yum-poo?
Yeah,
Yumpu.
YWMPU.
Yumpu.
Yumpu.
The hell?
Yeah. So the song list went like this. It was a pool of of 10 songs. Here we
10.
go. Purple Haze, Hot for Teacher, Scream Aim Fire, Trapped Under Ice, Overkill, BYOB, Pull Me Under, Prisoner of Society,
Yes,
Mr. Crowley, and Demolition Man. Oh, and Satch Boogie as the grand final choice. That
Satch Boogie was grand finals.
Prisoner of Society,
yeah,
dude.
it was for grand finals. Yeah,
What a banger.
yeah. Demolition Man was a huge one. I remember that one being picked a lot.
Yeah, because the intro, it's
Because
like
it's the easiest one, or what?
I don't know. I think
the
it's
intro,
just,
right?
people were like banking on the fact that if it's taps, someone's gonna fucking
Slider
miss.
notes. Yeah,
Slider
notes.
Someone's gonna
not-
fucking miss because it's a bullshit mechanic in World Tour, at least.
Yeah.
Manageable for other games, but bullshit like in World Tour.
Horrible.
And then I remember playing some Prisoner of Society, but no one ever. Yeah, going back to the Gentleman's Agreement, I don't remember people playing Pull Me Under. I don't remember the fucking.
Pull Me
path
Under
to
was
that
too
song.
long,
I don't
right?
remember.
No.
I don't
Kinda long
remember
and
like
mostly boring for a lot of it.
I don't remember giving a shit about Pull Me Under, so I think nobody picked it because that song was just too long. But yet we had Overkill. I think
Yeah,
it's
that was
because
bordering.
like Overkill is just like
Overkill's more
it's just a
interesting.
booming the whole song.
Yeah.
Like
Energy.
Jake was saying, it's just big energy. Nobody's fucking falling asleep.
And
Like-
there's not much for patterns. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
randomness. Like it's not very repetitive. It's a similar like riff that you're playing all the time, but there's a lot of variations with the chord changes and like single notes.
Yeah,
It's not the same
Yeah.
thing. It's very easy to, like, if you're not paying attention, mess up because it's different for most of the song.
It changes. Yeah.
But
That's a
yeah,
good pick.
no one wanted to fucking deal with Pull Me Under because like I just don't know why. But it seemed like nobody wanted to play it.
I got a story about Prisoner of Society. You guys remember back in the day, there was a dude who went by All Hopes Lost.
All Hope's Lost.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh
Yes, I
yeah.
do.
They've been
Yes,
in my
I
stream.
do.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, really? Nowadays?
Yeah,
Cool.
like within the last year, I think.
Yeah, actually, I got in contact with him with like once about a year ago too. Regardless, besides the point, back in the day, he ran a small contest where the main prize was 10,000 Microsoft points.
Oh shit.
And it was
That's a
who
lot.
could FC the solo in Prisoner of Society the most times in a row. They would win.
Oh.
What?
And
Oh,
I submitted for that. I think I got something in the teens. I didn't win it, but I did participate in it. And 10,000 Microsoft points is a
That's a
lot. of
lot.
It's a
Microsoft.
lot
points.
of points. That's
That's
a lot of
close to
DLC.
$200.
Yeah.
That's like $170 right there.
I don't want to throw the man under the bus. I don't want to throw any false accusations towards him. But there was that was a popular thing back in the day for people who, let's say shady folks, would hack a Microsoft account and load it up with Microsoft points under the saved credit card information, and then they would just sell that account for cheap. I'm not saying he did that, but that was a common thing.
Oh, okay. That was the kind of thing that they did, and then you would just
And then you'd
transfer
sell the
funds?
account.
Or what?
No, you would sell the account with those Microsoft points on there, so you could buy
and that's
DLC
how
on that
you
account.
would claim it.
Yeah,
That's
you would buy
crazy.
an account with Microsoft points on it. We'll say 10,000
Huh.
Microsoft points was probably like, what would that be, 150-ish bucks? You could
Yeah,
buy it for maybe
yeah.
like 80, and then that's pure profit for
It's a
this hacker
discount,
person.
bro. That's
Holy
Yeah, it's a
shit.
discount. And then what you'd do is you'd buy songs or whatever DLC you wanted with those Microsoft points, and then you would just like license transfer it to your own account, or like do it on your own Xbox. I forget the
Yeah,
entire
I
process.
remember
but-
that.
Yeah, license
was a
thing.
transferring.
Shit.
Yup.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
essentially
that's
that was buying like stolen Microsoft points on an account and getting DLC that way.
Unlucky,
I know
man.
that because I did it. And
Yeah.
I didn't. When I say I did it, I didn't hack people. I bought the accounts. I was the person buying an account. I didn't know how they did it. It was years later I figured out how they did it. Okay.
Yeah, people
Green
still
Man
kind of
gaming
do that
shit.
with Steam. People still kind of do that with like Steam accounts.
Yeah,
Yes.
G2A.
You go to
Very
these secondhand keys. It's like, hey man, you want Elden Ring for like $10?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
here you go. You have this shitty ass account. There you go.
Gray market.
It's like,
There have
and
been
then
people
put it
recently-
in family mode. Add it to your Steam family, and then there you go. You can play it on your account.
I've seen reports of people recently getting like games that they purchased 10 years ago, like from some sort of shady third-party key seller, getting revoked from their Steam account because whatever credit card that it was purchased on originally, or some sort of like process of tracing back that purchase originally, linked it to some sort of shady behavior, and the key got deleted from their account.
Jesus.
Oh
Like,
wow.
Like somehow there's a paper trail for those things, and I have a couple of those things, so maybe they'll get revoked someday. I don't know.
It's like, bro, I was broke. I just wanted to play
You
fucking
better watch out,
Battlefield.
homie.
I just
Yeah.
want to play Battlefield, bro. Like, that's crazy. I didn't know. You know what? I kind of vaguely remember about that Microsoft Point thing that you were talking about. That's insane. Like, that was definitely a thing that I had, like, an idea of, and I was like just too scared to do it, or like I was too scared to be like, yeah, you know, I'll take this account because you got Microsoft points. I'll take it. No,
Yeah, I
like,
wasn't
I think I was
thinking
presented
critically as
the
a
offer, and I'm like,
10-year-old.
this sounds weird. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, I was also one of those dumb kids that would respond to those message to all friends and recent players for 1,600 Microsoft points. I'll give you a 10th prestige lobby, Mono for 2. I'm like, I'll do that. I gave my fucking Xbox Live account to some random person who solicited me for a 10th prestige lobby in Modern Warfare 2, and I got 10th prestige in Modern Warfare 2, and COD 4 and World at War, all for $20.
Did anybody ever
nice.
ask you to recover their profile to get you the Through the Fire and Flames achievement?
Yes, I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
I've
for
done
that
that.
achievement specifically.
I've done that
For
for
other ones, though.
friends. I've done that for
Yeah.
like friends that I knew,
Me too.
and they knew me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, hey, you want the achievement? I'll give it to you. And he'd be like, and he was like, I don't know. He's like, bro, come on. You know I'm not going to do that. And he'd be like, okay, that's fine. And I would do it for him. I'd get him to 750, like easy, and be like, here you go. Like same hour. Or same half, same like
I've done
20
that many
minutes, get it
times.
back to him.
I've done that many times. There was even like recently within the past couple of years.
Wow.
I was gonna say,
There's a dude on my old friends list that was going towards like full what am I talking about? 1,000 gamer score on Smash Hits, and he needed the Raining Blood on Drums achievement, whatever it is, getting 5 stars or getting over 350k or whatever. So I'm like, I'll do that for you. So I got his account, I did it, and it was all good. And then there was another guy who found me on TrueAchievements.com because I have 100% completion on Power Gig. And he was like, "How'd you do that, by the way?
Oh man.
I thought you couldn't do that anymore." I'm like, "Oh, buddy, let me tell you."
Oh
Let me tell
no.
you. And he was like, "Could you just like do that for me? Could you like here's my login credentials. Could you like just get those
He's
achievements?"
not
I'm like,
joking.
"Fuck yeah,
He has
Fuck yeah,
all
I'll do
of,
it."
He has all the
He does.
achievements. I saw it in
Yeah.
person.
And I've
Shit
done it for multiple
sucked.
people. There's like 2 people I think that hit me up after I had done it myself on True Achievements. They're like, "Hey, could you do this for me?"
Terrible.
And I did
That's
it just
so
for fun.
awful.
Just for fun. It was fun.
No. Why?
Yeah.
Torment.
It was
Hey,
fun.
yo, that 1 kgs, 1 kgs. That's important.
I played through Power Gig with Alec, and it was not fun at all. It took us at least 2 hours into the stream that we did it in to realize
Hater
how to
talk.
actually progress in the game at all.
This is hater talk.
And
Dude,
then
like,
we
were-
found out how to do it, and we listened to this really good song called "Innocent Man." And we listened to that song because it was the shortest song in the set list, and it was
We
the
just kept
easiest way to
playing it.
progress in the. Yeah, it was like kind of like Rock Band 2 style, but like not at the same time. Where like it
It
just
was
makes
like-
you repeat. It's
Well,
almost like it was like a lazy version of Rock Band 2 set list. It's like
and
get
a little
this
bit of
much.
Warriors of Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
actually
yeah,
an
yeah. It
interesting
was like
career mode.
Mojo Power,
Yeah,
Mojo Power. Yeah,
Oh man.
It was an
dude.
interesting
And-
career mode. I think I chose "Millionaire" by Queens of the Stone Age for my shortest song.
yeah.
It was probably relatively
that's
close
a
to
better
Innocent.
song. That's a
At
much
least that
better
song
remember,
bangs. I love that song.
Yeah.
I just remember like we freaked out when we got up to Retribution because we were like, we've been working 8 hours for this. It's finally here.
Oh no, we got to play Cult of Personality, and I was like, "Let's go! We
Yeah,
get to play Cult
yeah.
of Personality. This is the original version. It's the first game to get the original."
And then you start
recording."
playing it, it's like, this sucks.
I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Why
awful,
are these
man.
open notes?"
Yeah, had
They
open notes.
don't
The game has
work.
open notes.
Yeah.
They don't
That
work.
song's sick, bro. It's great. I love it. It's so fun.
And I've used the Power Gig guitar, not in game, just like because we were at PAX one year and one of what's
It was
his name,
brought to
Alec?
our Airbnb. as a gift, and it's still hanging on my wall right now. And so JP got to play on it on Clone Hero, and
it was not good.
Dude, the best thing I was able to do, I got a 3x on Jordan Solo B, and it never
That's
happened
pretty good.
again. Yeah,
That's
it never
really good.
happened again. I wanted to record it, but like it happened off camera, but it happened.
Yeah, that game is a mess.
I hate
Rocket
that
Reel.
guitar. I hate
But
it.
would you rather play that, or would you rather play Rock Revolution?
I was
I'll answer
thinking
for
the
you. You
same
I
rather
had
play
fun
Power
playing Rock
Games.
Revolution.
Dude, Rock Revolution is fun.
Boring,
Fun
puts me
playing
to
that. At
sleep.
least that engine
Ooh.
works, bro.
Hey,
Honk,
I don't know,
shoo, shoo.
man. Those vocals.
Yeah, the Chop Suey cover, dude.
Hey,
Wake
but
up!
Spoon Man makes up for it. That's a good cover. That's a really good cover.
And
What
let's
about
not
the
forget
Megadeth?
Yeah, Holy
Dude,
Wars
yeah.
is something else.
let's not forget the Steve I Met worked on that game too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
True.
The instrumentals
did
are
it.
good.
The
And
It's
he
instrumentals
did
what
it
is
in
what he
like-
did.
He did
The
all those
vocals
covers
is
in
what
like a
kills
month,
all the
right?
covers.
Yeah, like
He
a
did
month.
all-
Yeah.
Yeah, it took him a month to do that shit. All the
Oh.
guitar on it. And
Yeah.
oh my god.
When I think of Rock Revolution, all I can think of is the Blink 182 and no 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 no.
Yeah, that one's egregious. That one's really bad.
It's bad.
Oh.
Say it ain't so. I will not go. It was awful.
And then the Holy Wars covers the kind of unsavory brother will kill brother.
Brother.
Oh god.
Man,
Yeah,
what
the
a
covers were
great
good
game.
minus the vocals.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not like go. It doesn't go without saying like the Guitar Hero 2 covers like Nirvana, Heart Shaped Box.
Yeah, Guitar Hero
She eyes
ain't
me
escaping
like
from this
a
one.
Pisces when I am weak.
Yeah, it's like people think of Beast in the Harlot first. It's like, nah, man, there's worse covers in the game.
Beast
than
of the
that.
Harlot is still bad. That doesn't get a free pass,
Yeah,
dude.
no,
That
it doesn't
cover's
get a
not
free
good.
pass. She's
Yeah, and then, like recently,
dwelling.
there's people shitting on the Black Sabbath covers, and I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
dude, War
really?
Pigs is fine.
War Pigs is
War
great.
Pigs is okay.
That's
I
mean,
still
hey,
love
that's
the
not-
menu when it pops up.
Yeah.
That feels classic to me.
yeah.
The vocals aren't good. All of the instrumentals, all the instrumental covers, pretty good.
Oh yeah, Wave Group did
I
a
have
fantastic
no
job.
real gripes with any songs but the instrumental covers, excuse me. But it's the vocals that kills all of them.
Yes.
That's the commonality between all of them. The vocals are just they don't hit.
See who gives up.
Blarg!
Oh, blah! That's what it was in the leaked version. The leaked version.
Well,
And
I'm
they
so glad
got
we
in
got
trouble
that. That's
for it.
hilarious.
I think I believe they got in trouble, but I might.
I
be
know
wrong.
that what they did for Laid to Rest is that they found like a live video of Lamb of God and they copied their exact Marshall amp settings with like the head and everything and like the knobs to get
Wow.
the same tone.
Wow.
Yeah, I
I
remember
also,
hearing about
like,
that.
The thing with Guitar Hero 2 that I think stands out to me even to this day is the instruments in particular. Like, think of a song like Freebird. When you listen to the original recording of Freebird, like the solo's a lot looser in feel.
Sure.
And Wave Group tended to do much tighter solos and cleaner. Like they played stuff a lot cleaner than the originals.
Yeah.
And that always stood out to me. Like Beast and the Harlot is like less muddy sounding on guitar. Like just
Institutionalized is a big one too.
institutionalized, dude.
That's
like
a
those solos.
huge one
The
because
leads, yeah.
Institutionalized
Yeah.
OG.
Super
That's
well
like a
played.
jam session essentially.
Yeah, man. I love that cover. I think it's a very good
I
cover.
love the institutionalized cover.
Like
'cause
I
of
think
how
I
tight
think
it
that the
is.
singer on it does a great job because he sounds exactly like the character being
I was in my
portrayed in the
room.
song.
I was
Yeah.
just like there.
And, like-
yeah, you know, like it's like it feels
Sort of
it feels like a genuine it's
Yeah.
a good cover. They did a really good job with it.
They did. They captured the energy really well. But yeah, that
Yeah.
was the one thing that always stood out to me is that the instrumentals tended to be. I think that they approached it in kind of what we were talking about before. Like they wanted to do it better than the originals. You know,
Yeah.
that was their goal.
They're like
And
mimicking
there
it,
there were a few
essentially.
songs
Yeah.
that they improved upon. Well, improved,
totally did.
Depends on you. By adding guitar solos. Like,
Yeah.
there's some songs that
entirely
didn't have
stuff,
any
man.
guitar solos, but added it, and it works great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they added on to Heart Shaped Box. They added a bit onto the solo that's not there.
That's
in,
an
like, the
extended
original
solo.
recording.
Yeah.
So
They
my
added a solo to Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
My favorite example. This is a rock band one, but My Sharona. The cover
My
of My
Sharona.
Sharona.
I love
Yeah.
that song
Oh,
in
I
Rock
forgot
Band.
about
That's
that.
solo.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
I played that
classic.
so much. I played the
Yeah,
My Sharona
dude.
DLC so
I loved
much,
playing
man.
that.
Shut up, Priest
dude, like-
MLH, for making a video of that song and like, oh, that's a good song,
Dude,
and I'll buy that one.
Yeah.
Action by Sweet. That solo, that shit was tough when it came out.
Shout out to
yeah.
JLC for that video.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the one with the weird ascending triplets?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, Yellow, Blue,
100%.
Oranges.
Oh
Yeah.
God, so scuffed.
Or like even like the Working Man cover by Rush. That was a great cover.
Those are
Sure.
two.
Yeah.
yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Sawyer, you know.
Instruments at least. I
Yeah.
mean, the vocals are something.
Yeah, the vocals are.
I've never really cared that much about the Tom Sawyer one. It seems okay to me. Don't care.
Oh, okay.
They ended up re-releasing it once they actually got the license. They did the cover, and then
they released all the
That was
moving
cool.
pictures and stuff. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, and
which is something Rock Band did great about DLC, by the way. Keep going. I'm going to go on a longer tangent
Number
here.
of the Beast and Run to the Hills too.
Yes, and they released the original versions.
Yeah.
Well, that came out with the Flight 666 DLC, and I remember that very fondly because, like, I woke up early to download that shit. I was so excited.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
I got it right away.
Yeah,
Everybody was talking about that. Everybody's very hyped about that on the old
thing.
YouTube community.
Yeah, a ton of live songs. Like, I have fond memories of playing Fear of the Dark live on drums. I thought it was so much fun on drums. Or, like, Iron Maiden, the song. That shit was really hard on drums. That shit's hard on drums.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I also remember like when Rust in Peace dropped, and I was like, dude,
that was the big one.
That was
the big
crazy
one.
when Rust in Peace came out. I was like, holy shit.
Because that was like a dream come true.
Yeah.
For like myself and a lot of people. Like I woke up early to download that. I was in an Xbox Live party playing that. Like I was the kind of guy. I always went into practice and just played the solos right away. Like I didn't play the whole songs immediately.
Okay, I can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like no, just DLC in general, man. Like it was so cool to like always have something new every week, and like it was great to look on Harmonix's website of like the blogs and them talking about like what they're going to be doing this week. Like I remember when Chinese Democracy came out. That was a big one. And the real rule of thumb back then for downloading any DLC was typically tier 4, 5, or 6. That's the metric that you went by. Devil, immediate buy. You know, always immediate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tier 5, almost always immediate. Tier 4, you wanted to see a video first. And you know who you would check? The new Ellison Cruz.
Yeah.
Ellison
Cruz.
Ellison Cruz.
Who
That's
else
the
was
channel
it?
you would go on.
Yeah, that was him.
He's good buddies with Toy Machine, who runs all the fan sites. So Hero Feed and the Riff Repeater for Rocksmith.
Yep.
And Toy Machine does Buckethead stuff too, I know.
While we're talking about DLC, real quick, since I just thought about this, I know that a lot of times for us, we wanted to see that harder DLC, and that's something that I feel like people were really looking for from Rocksmith as well. And Rocksmith Plus, I got to give them credit because they just released a full album from Death on.
Really?
That's huge.
That's awesome. What album is it?
Crystal Mountain. Everything.
Very insanely good choice. I would have either said that or To Sound the Perseverance.
Yeah, but
have they ever been in like a rhythm game up until this point?
Fucking no, dude.
Death?
I don't think so.
That's why I wanted to bring it up. Like, kudos.
Hey, that's from Long Island, by the way. From Long Island, by the way.
From what I've heard, Rocksmith Plus apparently signed a deal with Warner, and they're bringing a bunch more songs in, which if that's the case, hey, lay the groundwork. If we do end up getting a new Guitar Hero, if there is a Rock Band 5, start the music industry going, hey, we remember what this was like by releasing more DLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
100 times, yes.
Yeah. That's a cool thing that they did there.
That's huge. They signed a deal with Warner. That's gonna get a lot of subscribers. I think in my opinion, it's gonna start bringing in a lot more interesting stuff, and then lot of the, and like, but it's still unfortunate because the whole like rock, like
it's symbolic.
Forge.
I lied. It was symbolic.
Oh, symbolic
by Death
album. Yeah, by Death.
Oh, okay. Still very good choice either way.
Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say like with Customs Forge still existing. Thousands of custom songs that already exist, for 2014. The people who wanted to get it already got it. It's just gonna be a matter of, not even a matter of time. It's just everybody who's fans of Rocksmith are already doing customs on 2014. And then since it got delisted, it's still gonna be sold as just a key on another website for years to come.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the console crowd. The console crowd that didn't get that don't have the Steam version, the PC version or anything like that.
Yep.
It's very rare that people are releasing customs for console.
I have it, but I don't have Cherubrock.
Oh no, you can still get Cherubrock. You can still get it.
No,
it's
gone.
gone.
Oh no, it's gone.
It's gone.
Oh, the shelf is gone right now too, right?
Cherubrock is gone. The license is gone. It's deactivated.
Oh no.
You would actually need to change it in the software now too, to a different song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I know for a fact the licenses for music for Rocksmith were 10 years, and the release date from Rocksmith 2014 to the deactivation day is literally 10 years to the day. So all the licenses for the songs, it's as soon as they hit 10 years, they're gone from Steam too.
and that's that.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. But I mean, going back to Rock Band, it's incredible how they've been able to maintain their DLC library as well as they had with as relatively few delistings as they've gotten. They've even they've relicensed songs many times.
Yeah,
because I believe they had 5-year licenses.
Yeah, seriously.
Give the guy who's doing licensing, like, give him a break.
Yeah,
give him a nice
major
break.
props.
Give him
to
a
that guy.
break. Like, you know, let him take a month off of work, bro. Like,
and another thing too, they've maintained the same pricing structure all throughout.
True.
I mean, it was
with some discounts.
With some discounts too. A song was $2 back in 2007. A song is still $2 today, and that $2 today is much less than it was back then. So, in theory, it's actually cheaper with inflation.
I think what I do want to say is, like, I want to say, though, maybe, and I can't prove this. But if you buy a legacy DLC, which, like, what's like a really old Rock Band song that's still being sold today?
Afterlife.
If you buy Afterlife and Rock Band 4, that shit won't work in Rock Band 2 and 3. If you sign into the Xbox 360 on those. And so maybe they're like, hey, guys, we're not supporting these platforms anymore, but we're still supporting this one. Please let us keep it. And so that's probably why they're like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Go
but
ahead.
if you buy it, that same song on your Xbox 360, you'll be able to use it on your 360 and on Rock Band 4. So if you buy the legacy version, we'll call it, it transfers forward, but if you buy it, the new Rock Band 4 version of that same song, it doesn't go backwards. Yep. So that's what's most likely will happen is that when the eventual Xbox Live Marketplace gets shut down next year at some point, I forget the day already, those songs will all still be available to play or on your 360, but not to purchase on your 360. You'll be able to purchase them for Rock Band 4, but you can't go backwards.
Yeah, that's a major F, man.
I also want to say that, like, even on like on 360, you go to Rock Band 3 Music Store, like, it's a small chance that shit's gonna load.
Yeah,
I don't even. That still works. I'm surprised.
I genuinely don't think it works. I don't think it does.
I have the Guitar Hero one as well on my original Xbox, which is currently with Mackie. Even though he ordered an RGH. But I just really want to mention really quick because I heard the word legacy. Maybe you can guess where I'm going with this. With
legacy adapter.
Adapter?
Dude, they didn't work.
The fuck you talking about? It worked just fine. Mine works.
It works fine for me, bro. I still got mine from 2017.
I went through 3,
15.
And the first 2 of them, the USB broke off, and then the third one just would not sync to my Xbox One.
That's a very common issue with those things. Is that the USB port breaks? I see that all the time. Where
and
it's just
if you
a broken
open
off
up
USB
the adapter, it's literally just the front controller port on like a 360.
Yeah, it's like the RF
board into a board. It's scuffed as hell.
That's
they basically
so
reused parts, like from 360s. But yeah, dude, like Rock Band 4. Man, it sucks bad mouthing Rock Band 4, but like the launch was just so bad.
I will say, I think people are probably going to get into Rock Band a bit more now because of Sanjay's firmware rewrite.
Yeah.
Which is very, very public that people talk about that, but it's not released yet because I think he's working on like licensing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't think
we're trying to get licensing done because a lot of people are making guitars now and selling them on platforms like Etsy, and they don't credit Sanjay, which I personally have a huge issue with because you would not have a job if he didn't exist. Like, I'm sorry.
Exactly. You're selling controllers for like $200 and not giving credit to the guy with the software on it.
I sponsor Sanjay on GitHub for like $30 a month, and like I've encouraged everybody who makes guitars to do the same. Katana does so. Fire Exit Man, even though he doesn't even make guitars anymore. The people who make guitars do this, and we've always believed that Sanjay has done a great deal of service to the community with his work, and that licensing would be great. And I know that people are gonna get mad and be like, "Well, what the fuck," but it's like, look, people are commercializing this now. It's changed. Like when he made it, he didn't expect this to happen. Like he was just making a tool because he wanted to make it, and now it's gotten to this point. And I am more than happy to pay him. He deserves to be compensated for his work. Yeah. I believe that.
It's a great piece of software. It's brain dead easy to use.
It's
and
insane.
He's not going to take down the old one, but you're going to miss a lot of features.
Yeah.
If you don't get the new one.
One of the big ones. Because I brought that up because one of the big ones is just plugging in your Xbox One. There you go.
That's amazing.
Plug the Arduino guitar, because you know how hard it is to get a fucking Xbox One guitar.
Yeah.
You know how hard the legacy adapter goes in the thousands.
Oh, that's for the drums. But for the guitars, it's like $300.
Drums can do MIDI. Drums can do MIDI. Arduino with MIDI. So it's like still, you'll still be able to do that. And now, shout out to the Roll Limitless book reader.
Yeah,
he's been finding working around.
That works.
He's been doing workarounds forever. And he's like he cracked the code on the Xbox One stuff. Now I don't know if Sanjay's worked with him or something like that, but I think
one of
like
those
the whole
things right here.
Xbox One breakthrough.
Yeah.
Xbox One guitar Roll Limitless. Yeah, it's great. Works perfectly.
Well, I should bring up Alec, that a server that we are in, our good friend, we call him Jordan, but his real name is Jaden. Don't ask. Xbox. On November 12, 2023, Microsoft will no longer allow unauthorized third-party accessories to be used with its Xbox consoles.
What?
Oh, what?
They're going to be expanding its program for approved third-party wireless Xbox controllers, so they're likely adding a way to actually detect this stuff. Kind of like the same thing that they did for dev mode, it sounds like. And
I was just getting so excited.
What the fuck?
I mean, I hope they still work.
So you're saying there's a remote possibility that Roll Limitless will no longer work?
It's possible. You might need to talk to Book Reader about it so he can get on top of it beforehand.
Oh no,
guys, this is the shit that we have to deal with. They don't want us to have any fun. We have to this is what we've been dealing with. Like,
they're trying to tear us down.
There's no new instruments. Like, this is like, it's a problem, man. I can only do so much. The community members can only do so much. This is a big problem. Like,
can I just like maybe devil's advocate and say maybe they're forward thinking and trying to make it so that their guitars, once they come out, will be the only ones available? Like,
man,
that's a positive
emote in here.
Yeah, it's that's a way to spin it. But I'm trying.
It is a way to spin it. Yeah, sure.
That's
spinning's
terrible.
never a bad thing. It is a terrible thing. Like, we can't have any fun. Harmonix did like a.
Man,
like
I was like, hey man, I can't wait to play through Rock Band 4 again.
Yeah,
because now
Harmonix did like a Rock Band 4 anniversary stream, and I was at your house, I think, Alec, and we looked into it, and the whole chat was like, "Where's the new instruments?" And they just ignored every single one.
But it got to the point where they couldn't ignore it. They couldn't ignore it, and
it was bad.
One of the guys just like, guys, I know you guys are asking about controllers. Let's put it this way: we've been knocking on doors and nobody's answering. Yeah. And so, but then after they said that, there's still questions saying, "So where's controllers?"
Yeah. It'd be such a tough job to be a Harmonix PR guy or whoever their community manager is, because you're inundated with questions that you either can't answer or don't have a nice answer to. So it would just there's no winning.
There's no winning.
Hey, these new DLC songs suck. Why don't you license X band? Or hey, there's no more instruments. Where can I buy instruments that aren't $500? Well, I'm sorry. It's just better to say nothing at that point, because whatever answer you say is going to be, well, it's going to be bad, and it's going to look bad, and it's going to negatively affect the brand. So
unfortunately,
shut up. Say nothing.
When you're a community manager,
sucks. Are you kidding?
You have experience with this. You have experience.
Yeah, like
2 weeks, man.
You can't.
What the fuck?
You can't like say anything that you have to get
controller DRM. Sorry, I'm just
you're good. You're good. It's one of those things that I feel bad for the messenger here, because they always the ones that get shot, right? Yeah. It's people behind the scenes, right? I remember there was when I worked on a card game at UB, somebody had told me, they're like, I go to sleep at night hoping you're homeless, and I'm like, oh. I remember getting a cardboard sign, taking a Sharpie and writing a note to them and taking a picture of it from the frickin' street and just replying to them with that, so that, like trying to get people back on my side, just joking with them, but like,
yeah.
It's not,
nowadays on social media, it's just like, these people aren't real.
Don't shoot the messenger.
This is not real.
Yeah.
None of this is real anymore. It's just
look, being a community manager is hard, man. Like I mean, like, answering my work emails is hard. Like, like, it's like this shit's not easy. Like, again, like major props to, like you guys were saying, like, whoever's managing this kind of stuff with Rock Band 4, because, it's not really, like, Rock Band 4 had a rocky launch, but I wouldn't really consider it Harmonix's fault with the instruments. Like, Mad Catz made them at that point, right?
Yeah.
Or was it PDP?
Yeah. No, PDP took over after Mad Catz went under.
But I mean, dude, they bombed it. The instruments were bad.
Yeah,
Yes.
they were just genuinely not good. The worst official instruments that have ever been released. The guitars were fine.
The Strats
didn't really have any
drums,
problems. The drums were dog shit.
The
literally
drums
literally the worst official drum peripheral ever made, including the power gig drums.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I've never owned an Xbox One Mad Catz drum kit, but I have played on one, so I know how bad it is.
I have mine in my attic still. I need to sell it because
because they're still worth money. People will
for
still
Xbox,
buy them.
and I'm never gonna use it. But
it's because people are so desperate for instruments nowadays. They'll get anything. Piggies want slop.
Dude,
give me slop.
Yeah,
like fucking S-Fan bought like a whole Rock Band 4 band-in-a-box kit for Xbox One. Like, how much money do you think he paid for that?
I think he bought those fuckers on Amazon too.
Yeah, dude, like several $100s.
Yeah,
I get that he's like a very successful streamer and he's an OTK, but like, you shouldn't have to do that.
Speaking of Amazon, when they did the Rock Band 4 Rivals launch, they were partnered with Amazon, I believe.
Yes.
And there was something saying that Harmonix was like faking the reviews of their own product.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was a big thing.
Employees are posting reviews without disclosing their employment.
Without disclosing that they're an employee.
Wow, love this game. 10 out of 10.
This game is really good. Like, this is the best Rock Band experience in years. I don't know if that's what was said. But,
I bet the developer for this looks really sexy.
Yeah, there's like, and I'm just saying that there's this is like public information. These are things you can like look up. You know, when people do reviews of their old, companies and they talk about it.
Oh, Glassdoor, right?
Huh?
Glassdoor.
I think so. Yeah. That sounds about right. But like the Harmonix ones are just like, oh, okay.
They're not good.
Yeah, and it's just it is what it is. You know.
Harmonix used to be this fantastic company to work for, and I guess I should mention, because we were talking about this in like the Brain Dump channel. So I've met the composer of Triplet, right, in person, and the
secret song from Guitar Hero 1, by the way, if you guys don't know,
and Andy Butch, and she confirmed the truth about what really happened. So Andy Butch was a student at Berkeley, I believe. It's been a while since I talked to her, so I might not get every single detail correct, but she was a student. And I forget whether it was like an internship or what at Harmonix. I think it might have been like an internship. And so Triplet was originally a project called Advanced Harmony that she was doing for one of her classes, evidenced in the fact that that's what it's called in the Guitar Hero 1 prototype.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded very different. Same bass structure, instrumentation.
Very MIDI-y.
Yeah, very MIDI.
First ever bleep loop, bro.
Yeah, right? But basically what happened is that she put the song in the game, they weren't cool with it, and then they basically just stopped giving her work. Like, she was kind of, like, shunned at that point.
I think you skipped a few steps there. I think she put the song in the game as Advanced Harmony, Final Project, or whatever it was called, and it sounded kind of weird. And if I remember the story correctly, they didn't like how it sounded, because it kind of clashed with the rest of the set list. It wasn't very rocky. So she rocked it up a bit, and that's how it sounds in the final release, hidden away. You can't actually access it without cheating devices. But it sounds drastically different than how it did in that prototype, and I think that's because they were telling her it needs to sound more rocky. But even after she did all those changes, they still didn't like it, and it still didn't put it in the game. So I believe she just went and put it on the game anyways.
She put it on the game anyways, and they found out, they got mad, and they just stopped giving her work, and so she had no reason to work there anymore, essentially. And we could get her on one day for the people watching or listening.
I'd be down.
I have ties. My friend was in kind of in a band with her, so I can get her. And she was very open to talking about it, and I think that she would be again. So I wanted to bring that up. If anybody's interested, like, let us know in the comments.
And then the mystery of Graveyard Shift.
Gurney.
That's all. That's all that needs to be said, because that Etienne video is now lost media.
Dude, poor fucking
True.
Etienne
Oh
too,
man,
goddamn,
I forgot all about that.
Fucking media
pisses me off, man. It wasn't even his fault.
All about that.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Yeah, but yeah.
The guy was just a real jerk to him. Real jerk.
Also at the same time, it's just like, maybe we don't really need to dig that deep and like be releasing this guy's name, even though he's credited on multiple Rock Band games.
See, that's what I don't get. It's like, your name's already out
there.
But
too. It's just like we'll never know. But he's probably just one of those artists that doesn't give a shit.
I mean, look, if you're, I get being ashamed of past work. I think everybody has, gone through that.
Yeah,
at some
I think
point in their
everybody,
lives.
to the most part, they look back at their prior work, early on, they're like, ugh, gross. I'm so much better than that now. I can make that way better. And they're like,
every aspect of my time in the Guitar Hero community, everything I've done, I look at it that way. Between sharding
Yeah,
guitars, my playing, so much,
and to a certain point, you should do that.
Yeah,
you should
if you
look
don't
at it like
do that, you're not
because
getting
you're not improving.
better. Yes,
exactly.
Exactly.
You're not improving.
You should kind of look back at your prior work and be like, I'm better than that now. Because
Yes.
that's the natural
shit
progression.
Is kind of a banger too.
It's not
Here we
bad.
go
I don't think it's a
again.
bad song.
Yeah,
Jim
it's fine.
Morrison. I'll find some friends. It's like, bro, come on, let's get that viral on TikTok. I'm just kidding. No, don't do
what was it was it like a test song or something? But either way, Guitar Hero 1. I personally love the look of the game. I think that the gems look really cool with the kind of like scratch they have on them on the left side, kind of. You know what I mean?
It's animated differently than Guitar
It is
Hero
animated
2.
differently, but
Yeah.
I the last venue. I love the aesthetic of the last venue in Guitar Hero 1.
And I'm just worried that we're not. I just know that the Guitar Hero 1 demo disc is not
It's out there.
it's not any older than release. There's no way it's any older than release.
I fully expect it to be boring as shit.
Yeah, that prototype, nobody knew that existed. That was fucking
we got
weird.
real lucky.
We got really lucky with that September 2005 prototype. But that demo disc was dead ass. They probably just took the final version, ripped a couple songs.
That's
and,
fully what
called
I'm
it a
expecting happened. It was probably made after
100%.
release because the game was getting a little bit of traction, and they're like, hey, we should start promoting this a bit more. So they built the demo disc, put it out in stores. I've never seen a photo of it ever, except for that one that was listed on eBay 2 years ago. That's it. SLUS 29177. Look it up. There's one image of it, and it's the one that I posted on my Twitter because I'm like, give me this. I will pay you $500 for this disc if you have it. Get in contact with me. I'll pay you lots of money for this. I need to know what's on that disc.
Preservation's so goddamn important. That's why I got that guitar in the fucking Strong Museum of Play, because I was terrified that we would never see it again because it's a high possibility.
The prototype Guitar Hero World Tour guitar, if you guys didn't see it, it was just a Les Paul body with a World Tour touch strip, just
velcroed
onto glued onto the neck. There's a hole drilled through the neck for the wires to go through, and it's just sitting on there.
And
that's
it just
the prototype.
works. Apparently, it just works in the game.
And it worked better than the touch strips that they ended up having to go with, by the way.
Understandably.
Yeah, because the World Tour touch strips did not work that great.
Yeah,
probably,
they were awful.
Probably during testing, they're like, wow, this is a cool-ass mechanic. And they're like, probably last day of manufacturing, they're like, yeah, we had to, decrease the quality of this by, 1,000.
We had to make this cheaper.
We had to make this really cheaper. And they're like, Brian Brett was probably like, oh, shit.
Is this actually going to work
you know what?
anymore?
Ship it, bro.
Fucking do it live.
Fucking do it live. Yeah.
But that's that's the vibe that I got from Alex Ortiz that Moose and I talked to. There was a lot of obviously budgetary restrictions that ended up having the final hardware never ends up the same as the initial revision because you have to save costs somewhere. And they did that with Guitar Hero guitars, and I will say, despite all of the problems that they have, they did a great fucking job. They did. For the time, in my opinion.
Generally speaking, Guitar Hero guitars are a very sturdy, dependable piece of hardware because they had to be built for children. They're going to smash it, act like rock stars, and just beat the shit out of it. Yeah, sure, they have problems, and they especially have problems now, 17, 20 years later, however long it's been. But for the time, it could have been a way worse product. Have you ever played on a third-party
100%.
guitar? That's what it could have been.
God.
But it wasn't that.
Yeah.
They actually feel great. The SG, perfect.
SG's
Nothing wrong with it. No notes. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10, I'd say.
Those things still work.
Nothing wrong with it. They still work
do.
perfectly.
I still
SG's
have two SGs here that they're so old.
The red ones work. The black ones might or might not overstrum. It's like a 50-50.
Black and white ones are fucking indestructible, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Guitar Hero
still
1.
have my black and white one. It works. It's
And if they
fine.
do overstrum, there's software limitations in Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 80s that make it
Yes,
not
there is.
overstrum. They
Yes,
thought of
there
that
is.
kind of.
Thanks,
They
GMS.
thought about that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Red
GMS.
I appreciate that.
Octane had experience with the dance games, making controllers for dance games, and they're like, you know what? Let's do this guitar
E-bounce,
game.
man.
And so Red Octane was just like, yo, let's make Guitar Hero, and then they knew exactly how it was gonna go. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It brings me
stuff.
back to like that interview with Brian Brighton. He was like, "Yeah, these peripherals, they're not gonna break," and that was for World Tour. And I was like,
they can't broken."
Wow.
Enthusiasm theme starts playing.
Well,
isn't that like a magazine thing? Like
I don't remember. I don't remember. It was in a video. It was in a video. He's like, "These things, they're not gonna break."
I think is when he was talking about the drums because it had like those raised cymbals and people were concerned about those breaking.
Oh,
I have it. Let me.
Okay, so he technically wasn't wrong. It's just if you're a kid and you spun it around while it was connected via that wire.
Yeah, you're gonna rip the wire out.
Yeah,
and those wires have not aged well. Have you seen what happens to those wires after a while?
Dude.
They fall apart.
It's
yeah,
bad.
it's really bad.
Crumble.
I mean, the wire itself is fine. It's the rubber plastic sheathing around the end. It dries out and it crumbles. Any small little touch, or if you bend it just a little bit, it's gone.
Yep.
Now it's just bare wire. It still works. It's just you don't want to do that. Yeah, the team we're working with has been making hardware for years and years. These guys know inside out. This thing is not going to crack.
Spoiler alert, they did.
Yeah.
Those symbols would actually crack physically.
Mine never did.
I don't know if it was the symbols that fucked up for me. It was definitely always the pads. It was always the pads that fucked up.
And it wasn't like the pad itself breaking. It was always crosstalk, right? That's my issue.
Yeah, it was crosstalk was a huge issue.
If you're hitting green, that blue might go off.
They had to
release
the sensitivity tool.
Yeah, the Midi sensitivity tool. I got a Midi adapter just for that shit.
Yeah, it was a Midi to USB adapter that you plug into your PC.
And do you want to know the best part? Alex Ortiz confirmed that was originally an internal tool that they just released to the public.
Yeah. Adjusting the sensitivity, it's like you gotta turn it up, and then people were still like, "This is still not working."
They were like, "All right, just fucking have the tool, whatever, man."
Yeah, it's like whatever. You now have our internal tool. Whatever.
We use. It's good enough for us. It's good enough for you.
And if you play the PC version, it automatically installs it for you.
They would adjust every single drum kit in QA with that tool, every single one.
That's
Imagine having that job.
Crazy.
Yep.
That's so fucked up.
So monotonous and boring all day.
But they were ahead of the curve by having MIDI like built into their kit, though.
They were. That was a very good idea.
So that if they, it's like, hey, if your drum kit broke and you're a drummer,
Rock Band didn't have that.
Hey, man. No, they didn't. They didn't get that until they had the partnership with Alesis and Ion.
Yeah, and 100%.
And then they sold that kit for honestly I guess adjusted for inflation, it's probably like $300 now.
Yeah.
But like back in, like seeing a pro drum kit for $200, it's not too bad. It's not terrible. You got the two cymbals and then a third. Like you pay like $50 extra to get the third cymbal, but that pedal was ass.
Oh, the pedal's so bad.
So bad. It was a hi-hat pedal, bro.
Oh, the Roadie pedal?
Yeah, the Roadie pedal. It's a hi-hat pedal, bro.
I know. That's how I learned how to do heel toe. I actually unironically love that thing, and I hate to say that.
Yeah, well, I got used to it. I got used to it.
So the way that it worked was a press down and a press the button, and the part that pressed the button on mine broke. And
it was a little flat, bro.
Yeah.
It was a little fucking white.
There was
flat.
an old Score Hero mod that fixed that, where you would just take an eraser and tape it on there, and that's what I did, and I still have it.
Oh my god.
Wait, so that's the pedal that I used, and it just worked?
Just stirred it up a bit.
You know what? All right.
It's a fucking eraser, dude. That's why I was quieter. That's why I was quieter, because it's an eraser.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it wasn't like that weird, like, clunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, because mine eventually fucking broke really bad, and then I got.
Yeah, they broke on people all the time. Yo, remember the Rhythm Maker pedal from Blockhead? At Best Buy?
It looked like a real pedal.
It had an adjustable spring.
It had the spring on it.
Yeah,
oh my
you
god.
You turned it to I still have mine.
I had like
as well.
two of those.
I never actually used that one.
And then I have
week.
Dude, I have the Nico metal pedal with the fucking skeleton on it.
That pedal was awesome. That shit was durable.
No one I've only ever seen. I never bought one.
Yeah,
they were very durable.
All I keep hearing here is how much this set the stage for what we have now today. Because now, if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't have the ability to hook up full MIDI kits in Clone Hero or Yarg. And hey, to bring it back again to Rocksmith, they just released a brand new MIDI instrument this week. You can now do piano on Rocksmith.
Keys.
Yeah.
You were playing that right this week?
I tried it. Yeah, it's wonderful.
So cool.
The fact that you can
down here, but it looks dope.
The fact that you can take any MIDI keyboard and just go, yeah, this is my furthest left key. This is my furthest right key.
Does it work with that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
25 to 88 keys, any controller.
That's so sick.
That's amazing.
It can work with this guy. It can work with this guy. With
as long as it's got 25.
It has Midi on the outside.
I mean, you know what? Hey, wait a second. It's got 2 octaves?
Shit. Bro, I don't fucking know.
Yo,
it's not a lot. It's not a lot of keys.
It does.
That ain't
That's
a lot.
25. Stop.
25?
Shut
All right,
up.
so you got to play.
I can play Rocksmith.
It's C to C to C.
Yeah.
It's C to C to C that you can. Yes.
All right, guys.
That's
perfect
awesome.
tutorial on how to play Rocksmith plus
Oh
keys.
my
Find the
God,
Rock
like-
Band 3 Pro keys.
Yeah.
This video is spot. No, I'm just kidding.
Sponsored by Mad Cats from 2010.
I've got one of those in my attic for Wii. I can
Suddenly,
use that.
Lord
Yeah.
Hero's done.
Dude, you can use that. You can use
gone.
that on emulator straight up. It just works.
Oh man, that's awesome.
But you have to have the MIDI Pro adapter, but it just works.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta find my keytar after this now.
I got
Oh,
mine at
hell
my parents'
yeah.
house. I
Alec, we
didn't
gotta
bring,
get the
bring
roadie
that with me in the
kickbox
move.
again.
I have it. I have the little red box that
Yeah!
you plug in the thing, the USB. It's in one of these boxes over here. It's in there.
Mine broke. It had like weird sensitivity issues after a while, but I was also an idiot, and dude, I mesh head modded like my fucking kick pad, and so it like triple registered like all the time.
Oh no!
It was a bad
yeah,
idea.
The vibrations was probably
Yeah, the vibrations,
not...
dude.
Yeah, doing a.
I did it because
you...
the Mylar was super loud, you know.
Yeah, no, I
But-
kept the Mylar on there, and it was still really fucking loud. It was so
Yeah.
loud, dude. But yeah, that I don't even know where that kick pad went, but I know the pedal is toast. The pedal is
Yeah.
toast because when I was in a band for a little bit, his pedal, I'd go to my buddy's house and he had a drum kit, and his pedal was fucking awful. So I just brought mine, and so I was using the roadie kick pedal on a real ass drum kit. I was like, okay, this is serviceable. This works out. But that shit was toast. Like after like a couple years of it being used, like 6 years total of it being used.
That's a good lifespan, though.
Yeah,
Decent.
yeah, for a kick pedal, yeah.
I had DW 5000.
Jesus Christ. Are those the
Yeah.
ones on your drum kit now?
Yeah, I ended up selling
Yeah,
them
those-
to a friend, but
Nice.
But yeah, that's what I used a Pearl pedal for a little bit, and then I got the 5000s. But I also played real drums for a while.
It's all about
and
that
I mean,
direct drive
I mean-
now. It's all about that motherfucking direct
yeah,
drive. That shit is sick.
I mean Brady, dude. You know,
Oh
like
my
Rock
God.
Band was
Oh.
inspired me to play drums in the first place. You know.
The Axis pedals go for like $1,200, dude.
Yeah,
like
Axis is
the longboard
super
Axis
expensive.
longboard pedals. I'm like,
And then doesn't
I'd be
Brady,
paying that off well into my 30s if I
Doesn't
financed
Brady
them,
have
bro.
like these crazy ones now too? That are even more expensive than Axis.
Yeah, I
like,
don't know. They're
custom
probably
made?
like $3,000. I
Yeah,
wouldn't put it
but,
past
like,
them, bro.
Yeah,
Well, for him,
Rock
it makes
Band-
sense. He's like the best rock band
He's
drummer
the
alive.
best.
He is.
Yeah.
He's literally
Unreal.
the best. Him and
That
like Chris
heel
Body.
Yeah, his heel toe, Brady's
Impeccable.
heel toe is.
His
I've never
his
seen
doubles
anything
method,
like that
dude.
before.
Like
His
and it
technique is
looks
just
so
glorious to watch.
fluid.
His
It
fucking
looks so
legs are
fluid.
ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're ripped.
That's a guy who it really bothers me that he's not he wasn't partnered on Twitch years ago, to be honest.
Sure. Understandable.
Really fucking bothers
He's got to
me.
make more TikToks. He's just got to make more TikToks because he's
Dude,
already doing really well on there.
yeah.
He just stopped. Just got to
Yeah.
make more of them, man. Because
He
everyone loves
really
that
should.
shit.
Yeah, like and he's funny too, which helps a
Yeah.
lot. Like Brady's
Yeah.
a really funny guy.
He's got
you
a cool
know?
personality.
Great personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? I don't
I don't
remember.
remember,
Oh, we were
man.
talking about the world tour, the world tour peripherals. So yeah, I mean, like the guitar like kind of survived for a little bit for me. I had to replace the switches, but then that thing was alive forever for me.
Yeah.
And I think they really kind of peaked with the GH5 guitar.
Yep,
That's
that
just-
thing
did.
is indestructible
that
for
thing
the
is
most part.
Yep.
that thing is still working for me to this day, and I bought it day one, and I'm so impressed that my old GH5 guitar is still working. It's
Yeah, the
insane.
only common problems that I know of with those is that rubberized coating on the button starts to degrade. It gets a little
Yeah.
sticky.
Yeah.
But that's
It's
serviceable
more-
enough with a little bit of IPA. You
It's
rub
more
some
common
alcohol
common
on
on
there.
the Wii
You're
ones
fine.
because they probably
Really?
just cheaped out. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't come across many Wii ones. It's
All
360
the
and PS3
Wii
ones
ones
that I
that I get. The 360 ones they're kind of meh. But fun fact, the Guitar Hero 5 guitar is the only one where you can use the neck from every single system on any console.
Yeah,
What?
Universal Next, yeah.
Because
Whoa.
what they did for the touch strip is that they had the frets run through the touch strip, and then all of those connections run into a little IC chip that down converted it in the same 4 signals.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
sick.
So you
So
could
like if you
put a
wanted
Wii
your
neck
Wii
on a
buttons,
360.
you could
yeah.
finally get your Wii buttons on 360. I did that for a
Yep.
little bit.
Wow.
The Rock Band 4. It's really nice.
It
It
I
was
had no
really
clue.
nice and yeah.
It was very nice indeed.
Yeah, the only other problem that I know about that's pretty common with the 360 at least GH5 guitars is the battery terminals rusting out and like the solder connection falling off, which isn't a problem for the Wii because it doesn't have that. It runs off the Wii.
They corrode at the connections really bad. Most of the World Tour guitars like have that issue.
Easily.
Yeah,
it disconnects very, very, very.
And
easily.
I know like sync button issues. Like I did 4 guitars. I fixed 4 of Acai's 4 like 5 tars, and like 2 of them just had like syncing issues that like I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these things. Like they just won't sync, you know?
Do you ever try replacing the switch?
You know, I did try that, and I think it worked for one of them, but then the other one was being weird because like I've gotten a lot of like PS3 5 tars, and they're a pain in the ass, so I won't mod them. I just take all the parts out and then
at that point you just put your own shit in there.
I stored a shell away, but yeah, I grab all the parts.
You just do your own shit in there.
I have a lot of 5-tar extras, but yeah, like it was just weird issues for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, like what's each of your guys' like favorite guitar to use? I guess.
Oh, it's a Les Paul for me, by far.
Yeah,
but not stock. If you're talking about just a stock guitar, no modifications made, probably the Guitar Hero 5 guitar.
Yep.
GH5. But if we're talking aesthetic, Warriors of Rock.
Okay.
That was pretty cool.
Nah, you know what?
Cool.
I'm with you.
I mean, I'm also slightly biased.
Oh, hell yeah.
On my desk for no reason.
Slightly biased.
Oh, you just have the
headstock. I just have the headstock because I got like a big box last week, and it was just in the box, and there was no Wartar to be found.
Just a little.
I was like, why is this in here?
I love the wings.
It's a little freebie.
Yeah, no, the wings are
so
great.
Cool.
Oh,
it's so unfortunate that they didn't do anything.
Shout out to the pre-order wings, bro.
Yeah, that's the only other wings. It's so unfortunate that they didn't do more with that. Like,
right?
With faceplates, you have so many faceplates. Cool. Imagine the possibilities with these wings. You could make it into any guitar controller.
3D printing nowadays.
People are 3D printing them.
There's some 3D printable ones that somebody made.
They look really cool too.
Yeah, I've seen that. Really cool. Yeah, it's really fucking cool. Modding one of those is a nightmare.
It is.
So
opening it up is it's so bad. If you've never opened one up,
I want one day.
You'd think you would just like every other guitar. You think you just undo the screws, right? No, you got to undo the screws, and there's a whole bunch of clips on the inside. You have to go through like a credit card or a prior to like break the clips off.
Opening an iPhone, bro. It's like
it's terrible.
How little there's like no space. It's like this big. The electronics enclosure.
Yeah, I mean because it's just a stick, right? It's a stick with a small little stick, and then you got the wings. So there's very little spots for the electronics to be.
So much though.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like for
Shout
sure.
out to the engineers, man. They did a good job with that one, even if it failed.
It is a well-engineered piece of hardware, but it sucks to work on. Which I mean,
the final idea that Red Octane
Apple products.
had, and they're like, oh, just take it before we crumble.
Also, the whammy bar tends to be like the loosest out of any guitar I've ever used. It's like always spinning perpetually. It does not stay still.
The strum bar
and the strum bar is divisive.
And that shit sucks. Yeah, that strum bar is not great. That's like one of my least favorite
look at Jason.
ones.
He's like, I like the strum bar.
I don't know, dude. I tried playing on it like last week, and I was like, damn.
It's my problem with Warriors of Rock guitars, honestly. If I'm talking Wartar, because I think of Ties That Bind instantly, and that fast strumming on console. That was hard with that strum bar. That was very hard. Whereas I feel
that thing?
It's like a hamburger bun, dude. Like it's not
fucking Cyclops Dragon loves that thing for some reason.
But I was gonna say like there are people that exist that love the Warriors of Rock guitar, and like for Megapang loved it. He used to love that guitar. He used it for like and he used that thing until it crumbled. Like it was he was a beast with that shit too. And so, like, he loved the Warriors of Rock guitar, and he was like, yeah, there's nothing ever like it ever again.
Dude, just thinking of, like, that one, thinking of Megapeng's, like, onion rings reaction. Yes!
Yeah, he goes, I did it! Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah! Fucking Kool-Aid Man over here.
Literally, yeah. You can link that video. You can link that one. That's a good video.
So
what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the guitars. Yeah, we're talking about the guitars.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, my favorite.
We went all over the place.
It's between World Tour and Kramer now. And obviously Kramer has to be modded because the stock Kramer is unequivocally the worst guitar.
I have a stock
in a lot of ways.
Trash.
A lot of ways.
What are these ways? Because I had never heard this before.
I've never played.
I never really used one.
So
not a normal one that like to use on a PS2. I have one that's Arduino modded.
The strum bar is, for some reason, the size of the Explorer or the SG strum bar. But the body is like it's like almost it's a tad bit smaller than the World Tour / GH5 body. So, but it's like comfortable in a way where it's almost like Les Paul comfy, but you get the look and kind of the feel of the World Tour.
Yeah, it's like a compromise, and so there's a few problems, like the start and select positions.
Yep,
right.
That's a big problem for me.
So you can't do this. You have to
use the meat.
You have to pinky it.
The meat.
Yeah. Can't meat it.
Pinky it. And then
I like that term. I'm gonna steal that one.
Meat.
I activate with my meat.
This is the other big issue. This is the other big issue.
Yeah, pogo pins.
Roll your meat.
And
roll it.
And the frets.
Yeah.
If they're not modded, for whatever reason, the ridges between the frets, the actual frets, I guess you would call them, are really fat for some reason, and they physically hurt the slide on like this.
That's why you shave those babies down, baby.
Yeah.
Get rid of them.
Oh, that's insane. Did you bring that SGDQ? You didn't bring that one to SGDQ, did you?
Yeah, this is the one that you played on.
Okay, no wonder it felt so fucking good. I was like, I don't know if I asked you if you sanded
down them ridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn. Yeah.
That's what Jadaran does. He had me do a guitar like that. But yeah, like the Kramer, it was a great idea and it was badly engineered, unfortunately. But
I guess the best way that I could put it for the body, it's like a smaller rock band body.
Yes. Evidenced by the select button location too and everything, like it was more similar. But also the latency was really bad. That was a problem too. You had to have a receiver because it was for PS2. And
I use that shit on a real PS2. It is as bad as you think it is.
It's really bad.
It's fucking horrible.
It's really, really bad. But
there's no way that I could even cope with it being good. It was just really bad.
The Kramer, when it works well, is really comfortable. Like Drew has a Kramer that I did for him where it actually has the it's silicone still. It's not mechanical frets, but it like he's played on it very heavily. So these things, like, you can breathe on them and they work. You know, he swears by that thing.
Yeah, JP, can I trade you a good modded one for my modded one?
Oh yeah, it's in my dude. I was in my shed last week, and I was like, oh, there's a Kramer over here, and I picked it up, and I realized, I'm like, oh god, this is Alex because it had the decal you ordered, and then I felt bad because it's been sitting in the shed.
That shit was so cold. Oh my god, I miss it.
No,
and then like one day I accidentally knocked it over, and then the thing stopped working. I was like, fuck.
Basically one of the wires for the PS2 connector ripped, and I tried to have him solder it together, and it wasn't working.
I tried.
He got upset, and then I came to his house and I tried to fix it with like a $2 soldering iron on, and I was on the floor trying to fix it.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, dude, no wonder you couldn't do it. It's like, this shit sucks. And now you bring your tools to every meetup we have.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah,
I love that.
Like I loaded up because I can just drive up and I just load everything up in my car.
Yeah, dude.
Well, what's your favorite guitar? Because you jump between like a lot of models, actually.
Oh yeah, mine. I think. I don't know. Nowadays it's the World Tour modded one, the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's that one, and whereas before I was like, oh yeah, I love the Les Paul. The Les Paul's the best. But now I'm just like, I fucking love this thing, or.
Oh yes, please.
Oh, the new boy.
Yes.
The hilarious one. This is the hilarious guitar.
This thing is awesome.
This thing's sick.
Hilarious guitar. I love this thing. It's like the best thing anyone has ever made for me.
You want to show us that Cry for Eternity
oh my god.
No,
you got there?
I'm not going to.
Why don't you show us that?
I'm just kidding.
Hey, your wife got mad at that, man.
You know how Cry for Eternity, the trills that goes like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So since there's two sets of frets, you just take your finger and go, hey, wait a minute.
Rub it in a little circle.
Rub it in a little circle. But it's really cool because like you can just kind of bend you can like just defy what it meant to tap the guitar. And then you have these fucking strum bits too, but like
you have the strum.
That's
it's so cool.
Thing, you know what I mean?
But big shout outs to Quake for getting the recognition that he deserves because I had seen him, I had seen him post about it, and I reached out and I was like, I was basically like, hey dude, like you should make one of these for Alec because I just figured like I didn't know if Alec would even like see a DM, so I was like, I'm just gonna do this, right? And
yeah, no, I appreciate that because he didn't even name me when I was talking to him, and I was like, oh, it was probably JP that told you that, but I didn't, you know, Your name didn't come up in our conversation, but I was like, yeah, it was probably JP.
He shipped it to my house, and then I ripped his shipping label off. I put on my own shipping label, and then I gave it to UPS, and that was it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, no, that is the craziest piece of hardware I've ever.
Didn't even open it up because I had already seen pictures, and I was like, I want this thing to get there safe. I don't want to have to repackage it. You know? Right. And
soon everyone's gonna have one of those.
Quake getting the recognition it deserves.
I don't know. I don't know the guy's. I don't know the guy's workflow, but I know he wants to perfect it. So like that's a really cool thing.
I'm sure he's getting messages, but he he made something creative, which is what we need. You know, we need more creative people like that. Like,
yeah, I've never in all my years, like I've never seen anyone just like kind of take that and be like, let's make this ergonomic. And
and he did it.
Yeah, I mean, I was like shocked at how nice it felt to use.
It ain't the first double neck guitar, of course. That's Mr. Pizza.
Yeah, that's shout out to
Mr. Pizza,
which I still to this day think was viral marketing.
It was 100%. It was.
That was absolutely viral marketing because much like the Prisoner Society Bike Hero video.
Sure. Yes.
That was Activision.
Yes.
I think Mr. Pizza that was.
Yeah, 100% was, and this is why I know that.
Activision.
It's because the video released before Guitar Hero 2 came out. Yet it was using Guitar Hero 2 red SGs, and it wasn't painted. I don't think they were painted.
Good call.
I thought it was painted, but like
I don't think it
video
was.
quality is so bad you can't tell now.
No, you can't tell. But
I think it's on 480i.
It's funny because I just saw this video not that long ago, like maybe 2 weeks ago. I pulled it back up, but I think there's another video on that channel where there's a Red Octane employee.
Yeah.
Oh.
He looks familiar to like somebody I've seen in a like an E3 video or something like that. I don't want to say that for sure, but I think it was.
I also thought like the evidence to back up the claim is they got the fucking Toadies guitarist in the sequel to the video, and the Toadies they had one of the new exclusive songs for GH2 360. I was like, that's a little bit weird.
Yeah, and they were just playing on regular Explorers too.
Yeah,
they
regular
didn't do
Explorers. I'm like, this looks like an ad. This looks like an ad.
Was.
It most likely was. Like they knew that shit. You know, guy in a goofy costume with a crazy guitar.
Oh, they totally knew. 100%. They were smart.
Yeah, for sure.
I just got good news, by the way. Bookreader claims that the Xbox thing will not be something that affects them.
Yeah. My $85 product will continue working.
I asked Sanjay, and Sanjay lives in New Zealand, so it's morning for him right now, or somewhere around there. So this is around the time he answers, so I hit him up.
Hell yeah. Good news.
So that is good news, actually.
Good news,
I can continue playing the video game.
Yeah, Xbox One Rock Band 4 has a little bit more drip in the IV.
It stays living.
Yeah.
Get to 10, baby.
A little bit more.
I can't wait for that 10-year anniversary.
Hey, we got a tip, bro. Whatever, but you can have it. I don't know why you're still here, but you can have it. You're alive for a little bit longer, bro.
I mean,
yeah, we don't know what he's doing here. I mean, he's still here. We don't touch him. We don't talk to him. We don't interact. In fact, we just leave him sit over there.
He barely talks. Sometimes
he doesn't bother us, so we just let him be.
Like Weekend at Bernie's kind of shit, just dragging around the corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
actually,
every now and then he spits out a classic.
I'm gonna derail for a second, Alec. Apparently, you've been featured in one of the biggest RuneScape content creators' newest video.
What?
Wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah, Ben tagged you.
That's funny.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Why and how?
His name. It's sicko mode because of course it is.
Oh.
Of course.
I should have just expected that.
Thank God,
man.
Thank God for
Jimmy's a good channel. You guys should watch him if you play RuneScape. He's great. You probably already do, but shout outs to Jimmy.
I don't play RuneScape, and I never have.
I got on with Brennan Megapeng a little bit ago, and then I didn't want to play anymore because I was like, I can't do this again. I can't. It'll suck my life away.
I've done this once already.
I gotta tell the story about how sicko mode even happened one day.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
Because JP, I think you were maybe you were there. I don't remember.
I think I was like not.
I don't know
there,
if
but
you
like
were.
I was around when it was happening.
Because like it like the reaction, like obviously like me reacting to the thing was like that was real, but the reason why it exists was kind of we had like a plan with it, but the whole thing was just it was just a goof, and then it just blew up into this big thing. It was stupid as hell. Like it was very natural how it became like a viral thing.
How many views is it sitting at right now? Like 40 million?
It's very close.
It's 30 something, right?
It's 39 last time I checked. That's crazy. Like
that's
oh my God.
Most of like the biggest creators like ever don't even have something that like is that big. And like that.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of views.
It's my channel's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Acai, Gamer Boy 28.
Yeah, it's Gamer Boy 28. Is it today? October 29th?
You mean 3 days?
It's November 1st, buddy.
That's right.
Whatever.
It was on my birthday.
It said it on my studio.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. I'm like, I feel like it's a little late.
It tried. YouTube tried.
There's Abby tweeted a screenshot.
He really did.
Does FX Twit not work anymore? All right.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah, he did. All right, that's sick.
I don't know if FX Twitter works anymore.
I guess it doesn't.
I think it stopped working. You
No
can try
way.
VX or you can try VX or DX.
No, FX.
This makes no sense for the people watching at home, but yeah.
No,
I
this
used
is
FX
this is
earlier,
internal
I swear.
dialogue. I just tried it right here with Abby's tweet and it didn't work. So
Really?
yeah, that's what it is, I guess. Rip
That's
Twitter
nuts.
even
That's
further.
hilarious.
I refuse to ever call it X. I'm never calling
Twitter.
it that ever.
It's Twitter.
It is Twitter.
It's
We all
Twitter's
know
Twitter.
it. We all used to love it.
Twitter's a place.
Twitter is a place.
Remember, Twitter is not real. We're all
No,
just
Twitter
talking
is
to
very different. Very
Yeah.
different than real life. You got to remember that. Don't stay too online, folks.
For the
not be
terminally
terminally
online.
It's
people-
okay to be online. Don't
okay
live
to be-
online.
Yeah. For the terminally online people, you can still get out. It's still very early
It's
to get
not
out.
too late.
It's not
You
too
can
late.
get
It's never
help.
Too late.
Here's how you think about it. If all you do all day is talk to your ex, regardless of how you take that sentence, probably a bad idea.
I like that. That's clever. That's
oh
clever.
my god.
I like that one. I haven't.
This
talked
is
to my ex.
this is Elon's plan all along.
Make them all talk to your ex.
Yeah, I don't get that dude's obsession with the letter X. You know the whole story about all that shit, right?
Yeah,
About
he
how
wanted to do it since
he
PayPal.
wanted PayPal to be X,
And they laughed him out of the board.
and now he's trying to make current X Twitter into PayPal somehow.
Do you know how much Viagra that man had whenever he played on Xbox Live? Like every time he played Halo, all those screen names? Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, JP's old name XXX760XX.
XX
God.
Sniper Boys XXX. Every other
it's
name.
cool. Olivia's
Nah, dude,
old,
my-
username is XXX Olivia 1996 XXX. Lowercase, uppercase,
sick.
lowercase.
No, my
That
name,
goes hard.
my Xbox gamer tag was Te760 because the was taken and Te was popular back then on.
Yeah,
Oh.
TEH. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a cringe moment for me.
Teh.
Dude,
It's
that
like
was
leg.
like
back
It's
in
like
the
a
day.
leg,
Yeah.
bro.
that was like Roar XD kind of shit.
At least
It
like
was
Roar
hard.
XD
I never
is
really
like
Roar
kind of
XD.
endearing cringe, but like Teh is like bad, dude.
That is really
yeah.
bad. I didn't know what else.
You
Leg
can't
is
bring
not
that back in
good.
an ironic sense and have it be funny.
No
And-
way.
and
You can ironically say XD and it's like kind of funny tongue in cheek, but you can't throw it a
Yeah.
Teh.
The
Teh
whole
just
doesn't
doesn't
story.
work. Nobody says that.
No, nobody says it
It's like
anymore.
saying lolzors.
Yeah, well,
I don't
that
know,
almost-
like that's
that could be
falling-
making a comeback, maybe. I
It
could see
might
that
make
making
a
a comeback
but it's-
as a
I don't
very
know, man.
ironic
It's
thing,
Gonna, it's gonna be
like
it's
as a
gonna
way
be
of,
little
of,
bit.
of poking fun at what we were like in 2007.
Lolzors.
But I don't see Teh ever being
yeah,
that
Teh is not
sort
a
of
thing anymore,
Lolzors.
man. There's no
or a
way.
It's long
Rafflecopter.
gone. Rafflecopter. Well, no, Orange Hat made Rafflecopter songs.
See, it's coming back.
Because of course he did. But the
Catch
whole
me when
story,
like Preben Sorensen makes a Teh song or something.
dude.
Bro, he's still
He'd be the one
makes
to
songs,
do it.
man. He
I
still
know.
makes songs.
I know. I just
Yeah,
saw
he
it the
does.
other
And he
day.
makes the most cracked drum tracks. Do not play his songs on drums. Biggest mistake of my life. They are fucking impossible, dude.
That goes for most of his songs, any instrument, right?
Love
Right,
Preb.
right. Shout out to Ode to Hugh G. Rection.
Yeah.
Shit is fucking impossible.
Who's that
Okay, wait. The wrestler?
Hugh G. Rection.
That was a wrestler in WCW back in
I
the
don't,
day.
I
Really?
don't know. This
I
is
swear
the
to
song,
God.
the song was in like 2008, 2009.
And then Toy Machine's Nightmare, right?
Yeah, Toy Machine's Nightmare with the references to Raining Blood Flood all
Yeah.
over the song.
Hugh G. Rection. That was the wrestler's name was Hugh Morris before that.
And he just changed it to Hugh G. Rection.
Hugh Morris. His finishing move was called the No Laughing Matter.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't
Cool
know.
guy.
Cool guy.
So humorous. Let's fun.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, Laura
Whoa,
started
what
to
are we-
transcend like the
What
Guitar
are we
Hero
talking about?
aspect.
I don't know.
Try to stay on topic. What was the topic
What
again?
was the topic? What's the name
All right,
of this
we-
I don't know.
The original plan was to talk about DLC. We kind of talked about DLC a little bit.
We
and then
kind
were
of
also going to
did.
talk about the proto games. We did that a little bit, but then we just kind of kept going on with whatever we did. I think we did pretty well with our transitions. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
You know,
You always found some way to just be like, oh well. Speaking of this, we went.
There's always something to talk about.
we're catching our groove, guys. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
We're catching our groove. You know, stick with us. A few more
let's
episodes. We're going to be grooving. We're going to be the Groove Cast.
Yeah.
We're going to call it the
You
Groove
know,
Cast.
we're gonna
from
get
now
back to business on this next episode. We're gonna talk about AI. We're gonna talk about women. We're gonna talk
Bitcoin.
about all that. Yeah,
Bitcoin.
Drop shipping.
Bitcoin.
How you can
Drop
make
shipping.
thousands of dollars every day. Drop shipping.
You know,
Dude,
millionaire at
dropshipping on
19 years
TikTok
old.
for
I know a
business,
lot of you
yo.
need.
Yeah.
I know a lot
Don't
of
ask
you
why
need
I'm
some
not doing it.
advice.
Just buy my instructional guides. And I'll
Join
make
my
you rich.
Discord down below,
Yeah.
Oh
and
no.
you'll learn through 25
forget-
easy steps.
We're building our own lore, is what we're doing.
Yeah, the Lore Hero Lore.
It's
Pretty soon there's gonna be a
definitely
podcast
getting
called
very
Lore
meta
Hero
very
Lore.
fast.
That's gonna be our spinoff when we make our Patreon and we make a premium episode for $10 a month. You can get Lore Hero Lore, where it's behind the scenes of Lore Hero.
Oh no.
Imagine how chaotic this will be when we eventually do like a live one and we're just like, all right, chat, ask away.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be a fun day. And then when we get big enough, we're gonna do an in-person live. We're gonna sell out a theater of thousands of people, right?
Let's go.
Oh, dude,
Huh?
Let's
yo,
go.
fucking Lore Hero.
Thoughts on the
at
pitch,
next off
right?
season.
You know what? I'm going all in. I'm gonna dump my
Off
life
season
savings.
3, yeah, I'll do it too. You can have $3.
$3?
I have a few more dollars than 3. Okay, just a few.
I've got at least 5.
This is my retirement account right here. I'm
I don't
praying
even know
for
if we
these
ended
babies
the. Did we end the
to
episode?
appreciate. We can
No, we
end it right
didn't.
here.
I think this is the
We're
end
gonna
right
end it
here,
right here,
actually.
right now. Okay.
I feel like
Lore
you're,
episode
chat,
3.
you're kind of like guiding
Okay,
us out. And I'm
bye.
like, are we-
Yeah, bye. See you next week when we
Bye.
talk about drop shipping.
Bye. Yeah, can you like edit it so that the screen goes up into some credits?
No.